Hello, everybody, and welcome to Voyages of Dusk and Dawn. How is my new favorite party doing today?
Fantastic.
We have two new recruits. Why don't we introduce our two new recruits? We've got Theodore and Lynn. Let's start with Theodore. Who are you and who are you playing today?
Hello, I'm Jordan. I'm playing Theodore. Theodore is a second-level fighter who is human. He's about 45 years old, and from a life being a sailor turned sellsword, he's a little bit pudgy, a little bit sunburned, with like the skin flaking off the top of his scalp. And he carries a shield and a longsword.
Nice. Okay. And why are you in the Dardanelles? Is this where you're from? Did you move here? What's the deal?
Yeah, so Theodore grew up in the Dardanelles, originally to a family of merchants, but he kind of that life was never for him. He befriended some sailors and then one day just left without telling his parents. He's been sailing on ships since, and after a recent shipwreck, where he was one of the only survivors, he has been a hired sword to try and keep by. So he's been going from island to island just looking for work.
All right. Excellent. And next, we have Lynn. Who are you and who are you playing today?
Lynn is a thief, originally an Eridonian that moved over to these islands during the fall of Eridon with his parents. Parents are still doing their own thing, but Lynn is a thief and got in trouble with some local things and just wants a way off the island. So he will basically take anything he can get, and he got very lucky. So yeah, it worked out very, very well.
Excellent. Okay, well, after the events of our last session, it sounded like we went back to Alba Island to rest and recuperate because that's the closest spot where you could hope to find people. And after a short recruitment process, it looks like we've got two people. Now, before our show started, when we were just chatting, I heard Via say that they were the ones to recruit these people. Vincent, is that canon? Did you send Via off to recruit these people, or did you recruit them yourself? I just want to be clear.
It's likely I'd let Via spread the word. I would personally oversee whether or not they were hired.
And in your hiring, in the actual hiring moments where you're giving the final interviews, and there's not a lot of options out here, do you talk about pay?
I do, and you're both offered a very generous sum of 100 gold after a month of service. I do state up front that it is extremely dangerous, and very solemnly I state that the previous 3 bodyguards I had have all perished.
How many previous bodyguards have you had?
3.
Over what period of time?
A little bit over a month.
I take it.
You are. I do say that should you list a next of kin, they will be provided for. If you die in the line of service, then they will be sent the 100 gold.
Captain, that's minus my 20 gold per month finding fee for these brave souls, right?
I will. If you found some very strong recruits, I might consider it, Via, but secretly between me and Via, say I don't really expect these people to live that long.
Aye, Captain. I'll keep an eye out.
I basically did recruit them by having Via do mock battle against them, and I'd probably be able to figure out their abilities through that.
Interesting. Via uses a halberd, right?
Big glaive, assuming those are not the same thing.
I'm proficient in a longbow, so I think the thing you'd get from that is if she gets up next to me, I'm dead within a round or two. But I do have a longbow, so it's if we start and I win initiative, then I potentially win that fight. Okay, mock battle. Okay.
That's good.
I cut off a finger. No, I don't.
Theodore, what's your
Permanently
usual
lowered
pattern
dex
of
by
fighting?
1.
I have a shield and a longsword, so I can hold people off. Not for too
Nice.
long though.
Excellent. Do either of you have more strength than your weight would let? Because I might have a 20-pound bag that I'm trying to unload on one of you.
Actually, yeah. If I can just throw a bunch of stuff onto the ship, then yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Sounds good. Okay, then. What was your name again, Thief?
Lynn.
Lynn. Okay. You'll collect Vincent's 20-pound bag of extra stuff.
Got it. Okay.
And during our stay here in Alba while I'm recruiting, I'll try to ask around and figure out if there's anything. Because I was told there was a mysterious thing deeper in. I'll try to find out some information about it while we pull up here.
Yeah. Give me a charisma check here, Vincent.
Sure.
So with the 19 on your charisma check, you ask around a little bit, and the answer you get from the innkeepers and the locals is all like, oh, that's some superstitious, racist nonsense. People are always talking shit about Alba Island and like the spooky things that happen here. You know, that's just people from other places having their own prejudices against us because we're, you know, it's mountainous and it's forested and it's a difficult terrain and it's just one of these like infighting things. No. Everything here is fine and normal. You know, here's the town of Whitmore. Look at the bright colors that we've got, you know, inside these buildings and rooms. Sure, it's stormy often and sort of dark and overcast. And it's not like, you know, the most idyllic place. You know, imagine Scotland meets like the dark forest of Germany. You know, some sort of like mix of rough terrain and bad weather. But like, it's a nice place, weather aside. Okay, we'll give you the weather's bad. The weather's often bad. But like, the people here are nice. And, you know, real estate prices are good.
How are the taxes?
Extremely low. In fact, since the White Prince has been run off the area, the only taxes collected are by the town of Whitmore itself to sort of pay for things around here. So every now and then, the mayor will impose a tax and we'll all chip in. And yeah, even the nobles inland, they don't really care about Whitmore. They have a very laissez-faire, you know, let Whitmore do its own thing as the primary port town. And they mostly manage the interior mountain towns.
Captain,
Okay.
while we're in town, I was hoping I could get a tattoo. Do I have a minute to wander off and see if there's an artist in town?
I mean, I have some needle and ink. I could do that right here.
Ooh, what's the price?
Can I make an appraisal check to know how much the service should cost?
There's not a standard rate for this sort of thing. It's a wild free market economy. Whatever you can get away with charging, buddy.
What do you look at? It depends what you want. What are you wanting? And like how much? Yeah,
I want to get two
cover.
I want to get 2 teardrops underneath my left eye.
Oh, that's easy. Yeah, Lynn doesn't say that's easy, but he does say, well, you know, and he pulls out his bag and he like starts looking at like different pots of ink and stuff like that. And he says, how does 10 gold sound?
Do you have a proficiency in drawing or anything at all? Have you ever done
You don't
art
know.
in the slightest? I'm asking.
Out of game, absolutely not. But Lynn considers himself to be an artist. He does have a forgery proficiency though, so I think he he knows how to like draw things. Like that's something he's trying to get better at. But
I'll give you 5 gold.
Sure, yeah, he'll do it for 5 golds. I don't know how they used to make tattoos. I know now you just like have an electric thing that you move stuff over. But if I understand it correctly, you just basically took a needle and just kind of like poke the ink in, right?
I'll find someone who's done it before. This is on my face. We'll figure it out later. Thank you, though.
Can I make an intelligence check to know how this works?
Yeah, that's your understanding, is that you just shove ink into the skin using some sort of pokey thing.
I mean, I pull out a golden needle that's worth 1 gold piece. I'm like, absolutely. Yeah, I've done this tons of times.
Do you say the word pokey thingy?
No, I say needle. No, I don't say pokey thingy.
I'm gonna ask the bartender later, but thank you. I appreciate you.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, of course there's a tattoo artist. It's an old woman up in the hills. Yeah, you just got to go up the mountain, maybe a mile or so. She's got a little house near a cliff over there, little garden out back, some trees cut down so sunlight will fall in the garden and everything. She does the best tattoos. Makes it out of local charcoal, She sharpens her own needles from the local pine trees. Makes the charcoal. It's kind of a combination of the ink is a combination of charcoal and pine pitch, so it retains a nice color for a long period of time. All the sailors down here have tattoos by her.
Nice. I hand the bartender 5 copper, and I relate that information to Captain if we ever go into the mountains.
That sounds like a fair expedition. Sure, we can all go together.
I hear some bad things about going up into the mountains. They say people go missing, people lose their memories. Are you sure this is safe, Captain?
Oh, I agree. I think it's very dangerous. That's why we're only going to this well-traveled woman's house.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a mountain road. It's a little rough. There's not the wagon ruts are often broken up. There's little areas where water runs down the road and has created deep gorges that has been repacked with earth from time to time. A few areas have to have boards or rough-hewn logs put over them to sort of keep everything intact. It has a very constantly in repair vibe to it. The trees are tall and straight and unchopped. It looks like prime medieval ancient old growth forest all around you. The trail is often in deep shadow by the forest on either side, but it looks like it's routinely cleared back. You don't see anyone else on the road today. It's only a mile. You don't walk very far, but it is uphill a little bit. Eventually, you come to a little cottage on the right side of the road where some trees have been cleared. There's a little white picket fence around, freshly painted. A little bit of smoke rising from the thatched roof or from the chimney within the thatched roof. And sure enough, there's a woman outside sitting down on a little bench. The little fields they're gone for the year because it's late November. She's just sort of resting on this bench, sipping something out of a thick clay mug as the 4 of you come up the hill. And she gives you a friendly wave as you turn off on the road to her place. And she pops up nice and slowly from her chair and comes out to meet you. Hi, I'm Lila. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Hi, Lila. My name's Vea. This is Lynn, Theodore, and
That's a lovely
Captain.
name.
I was told you are proficient in providing tattoos.
Of course. Would you like one?
How much would it cost for 2 teardrops underneath my left eye?
Just little teardrops. Just
Yes.
teardrop sized.
Yes.
Oh, a silver apiece.
Okay.
I say to Vaya, she must not be very good if she's only charging that much.
I'll keep that in mind for the future. I should really look at the markets and kind of see what the average is. But I accept that, and I thank her very much, and I give her a gold.
Oh, that's far too much, darling. Please, please. And she takes the gold piece, goes inside, opens a chest that's in full public view, tosses it in, rummages around, and hands you back 8 silver.
Perfect. Thank you. I love it. It's so fantastic. You did such a great job.
Yeah, inside this house, there's all sorts of herbs hanging from the ceiling. It looks like she's harvested her garden, and so there's onions and garlic and a couple of pumpkins and other squashes. All these like long-lasting winter crops that are either hanging from the ceiling or stored on shelves all over the place. She has a little fire going in the hearth. She'll lead you over to it, offer everyone some tea, and then, pull out this little vat of something in a small metal tin and put it over the fire to sort of warm it up and get it into a more liquidy state. And she'll go over and pull out a couple of sticks and a big old knife and sharpen them down into nice fine points and put a few holes in them so the inks can hold a little bit better. Tell you to hold still now, and she'll lean you back in the chair until she's standing over your face, and then just like dip, stab over.
Ow.
Yeah. Give me a...
Would you say that she's distracted from the chest right now?
Oh, absolutely. 100% she's distracted from the chest. But is the rest of the party distracted from the chest?
Oh, maybe not. But does the chest have a lock on it?
If it does, it's not locked. She didn't even close it. She just ruffled in, pulled out some money, and just left the chest there. She continued her workings. Gold and silver await in this
I'm gonna make a wisdom check.
Small little chest.
Yeah.
It's almost pocket size. I mean, it's not quite pocket size, but you could easily fit it under one arm. My God.
Does this lady seem well off?
No, she's a peasant who lives alone in the mountains.
Oh, never. I
No,
don't. Okay.
You look in the
never
chest,
mind.
obviously, and you see gold and
Okay,
silver in
yeah,
it, but she's
okay.
alone. She has no family to depend on.
Yeah,
She
okay,
clearly grows
yeah.
her own food.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
What? It's okay to steal from the rich, but not the poor? Theft
Yes.
is accept.
That's
sometimes
Lynn's
acceptable?
motto, yes. According to Lynn, yes.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
The rich and corporations.
You'll never become a billionaire at this rate.
This is true.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
Okay,
While she's doing work on Vial, and possibly during tea time, I'll just chat her up and be like, "What a lovely place you live over here. You must wander around and know a bit about the mountains and surrounding area. Can you tell us a bit about it?"
Well, she says as she keeps her face focused on Via's. It's a more dangerous place than most others. I'm not from here, you see. I'm originally from one of the inner islands. I've come out maybe 3 decades ago. I didn't like the city life. I looked for something more rural, and I settled here because it was very low cost to start up. There were lots of wolves in the hills around here, a lot of deer, a couple elk, the occasional thing that makes a strange noise in the woods, the sounds of odd screechings coming. But life here is not too terrible if you don't mind saving and pinching pennies and storing foods for winter and eating a lot of onion and pumpkin soup.
Have you ever wandered upon an interesting landmark of any sort while looking around?
She stops the poking on the face and sits up and goes, "Well, I did go to a town up in the mountains the first year that I came. It's fairly prosperous and there was a castle at the back of the town, a large castle, far too large for the local area, I thought to myself. It must have been an ancient castle from a time long ago. There just aren't that many people here, and Alba's a small, quiet place. In a state of this size, it felt weird. That's the most interesting man-made object I've seen, but there are, and she returns to poking Via's face, there are some interesting local geographical landmarks. There's a waterfall on a path back behind my garden, maybe 2 miles from here. It doesn't freeze over the winter, except little bits of ice on the sides. There's a couple of fun fairy rings, if you believe in that sort of thing, out in the forests. And Well, I've come across a few. I think Alba must have once been very populated. There have been a couple of grave sites in the woods I've stumbled across. You know, you stub your toe on something and you look down and move some grasses and you see a headstone and you realize all around you are other headstones. But the text on them is worn and faded, and reading was never my strong suit.
Oh. Was it public knowledge that there was this town in the mountains with a castle?
You haven't heard anyone talk about it yet. Doesn't mean it's hidden, but you haven't heard it.
Does this town up in the mountains have people living in it? Do you make trips to it?
There are a great many people who live there, but I don't go often. They come down to Whitmore for trade from time to time, various merchants and whatnots. She shrugs. It's a very imposing castle, and it's such a large hike into the mountains, and I have so little business out there. Mostly I do tattoo work and a little bit of grocer trading, so my business takes me mostly to Whitmore. I sort of regret settling up in the mountains like this, but it was free real estate, and how can you pass that up?
Oh, sure enough. Well, I'm a merchant. How long does it take to walk up to this, to hike up to this town?
Oh, by foot? Probably 2 days.
Oh, and that's a bit far. How about these grave sites? Are they in the area? Could you show us?
I suppose. I'll have to charge you a guide fee, though.
Oh, very reasonable, of course.
Oh, well then yes, when we're done with this, we can head out. They're only a few miles away.
Do I think that I could just guide the party instead, since I've been here for 10 years?
You've never been on her property, so like...
Okay, never mind. Okay.
I failed a con check, so I asked to take a smoke break after she finishes the first one.
Of course. You can take your little smoke break. Excellent. And you can come back in. She'll finish up the markings. We're, almost at noon o'clock. So she will put on a nice big shawl and lead you out behind her house, past the gardens, on a little trail that winds between tall trees that obscures the sight of everything. If it wasn't for the ground sloping, you wouldn't even be able to see which way the mountain is or which way the ocean is. You're just sort of nestled in this tall, dark forest on a chill November afternoon.
Oh, on a side note, while we're in the hut, I suspect that she's a wizard or a magical spellcaster. Are there any telltale signs as I look around?
Very good. Let me take a quick look at your character sheet over here. You do not have a spellcraft proficiency. So give me an intelligence check. We'll start with. See if you recognize any of the things in the area. No, you don't recognize any spell components here. Looks like there's none of those. And give me a charisma check for like judging her personality and movements and kinesthetics. Yeah, she seems like a farmer. Her hands are very like thick and sort of meaty. They've got some calluses on them. A lot of dirt under her fingernails. She seems pretty... Like the way that she talks about things resonates with the small peoples of the world that you're so used to interacting with. She doesn't really come off as excessively knowledgeable unless she's doing a really, really good job of hiding that she's a spellcaster.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Probably just a weird old woman in the woods.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. As we journey out, you will come across this waterfall. There is an old stone bridge that goes from like one one spot to another. The waterfall comes down along a cliffside and then runs in a creek under the bridge. But the creek is maybe like 30 feet below the bridge. It's a rather large chasm, or deep chasm, but it's not that wide. It's maybe 15 feet wide, but 30 feet deep. Just a really steep, sudden gorge that the creek runs through and down. The area around here is nice and slick. You are on the east side of the mountains. So there's a little bit of moss gathered on both sides of this waterfall that must rise, 40 or 50 feet above the walkway, and the water falls maybe 20 feet down below the little bridge and then continues downhill at an angle. The stones here look local. They look very similar to the stone color of the cliff nearby. They're very worn. All the edges have been smoothed out by generations of hands running across them. And you'll probably notice that there are a few little, faint depressions where someone must have carved some text long ago, but it's just been worn down so much, it's just like a gentle little impression. If you were really interested, you could probably figure it out, but it would take time.
Lynn, you said you had a incredibly high chance to read any language, right?
I wouldn't say incredibly high, but I would say that I'm a polyglot, yes. I start inspecting the text. I'm going to be completely useless in all other regards. When you say a long time, do you mean this is going to be 20 minutes, or do you mean this is going to be hours or days?
Yeah, it'll take a little investigation to figure that out, but you can see that there are a few different impression spots, but it's hard to separate what is one letter and what is another. You might need to do some sort of charcoal rubbing to see where the depth is, and then probably take some time to piece it together.
Yeah, sure. Does anybody have some charcoal?
It would probably be up your wheelhouse.
I don't have any charcoal on me.
No.
I look at the old woman.
Why would I care?
Or maybe I can
on
just
me?
maybe I can just do it for now. Maybe I can just do it by hand, give it the best shot, try to get something, and then come back later with more supplies.
Absolutely, yeah. Give me an intelligence check at -8.
Yes. Come on, natural 20, please. 23.
That's at -8? Wow.
Yeah. No, I have 14 in.
Yeah.
Like smart thief.
Yes, you can make out some signs. It's actually not text. It is the impressed image of a crown over some sort of personal sigil or rune or marking that is not in any language that you would have known. Maybe it's some crazy wild language, or if you're reading something written in English and then you see a Korean marking, you might not be able to tell that it's text. So what you're reading here is a crown, clearly a crown over some sort of strange you do have a 60% chance to read languages though. Roll me your read languages check. Yeah, that's within your read languages. This doesn't look like any bit of script you've seen. If it is text, it is a dead language or a language that you would never come across in your entire life. More likely, it's a personal sigil or an arcane rune or a divine rune. It probably has some significance outside of language. But there are these crowns on the posts on each side of the bridge. So on your side, when you cross to the other side of the bridge, the crown markings and runes are not there.
Okay. I'm going to take out some thread just to kind of illustrate this to everyone else, and just kind of draw where I think the points are, so it's kind of clear what I'm mapping out. I don't suppose there's anything strange about the crown, is there? It just looks like a crown.
It's
There's
just a
not
crown.
Just a crown. Okay.
This could easily have been the bridge built by King so-and-so. And so
okay.
And you see the crown because you're walking into King so-and-so's territory.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I say I don't recognize this language below, and then I look at Vincent and I say, "Is this magic? Is this bridge magic? Was it made by magic?"
Vincent shrugs.
Fair enough. No, this is no language that I'm aware of. Maybe, perhaps it's a magical sigil or rune. I don't know how that works.
Maybe a king was buried here.
Maybe.
Perhaps. And then I think about the fact that maybe we're crossing into his threshold, and Lynn is just going to stay on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah. This right here is the crown and rune symbol that you see. It's on the left and the right side of the bridge.
Yep.
And this, it just doesn't, who knows what that was.
Yeah, okay. I tried to commit that to memory.
I hand you my clay writing tablet, and I let you write it down, and we can just keep it in my clay writing tablet for now.
Yep, match it really quick.
And then I say, everybody stand back, and I go, open sesame. And nothing happens.
I'll ask the old woman, could you point out where the town is from here?
Oh, well, if you head a mile back to my village, my hut, and you go up the mountain road. Oh, wait, did you mean the village in the mountains or the village by the sea?
The mountain village.
Yeah. She points vaguely towards the waterfall and kind of like waves her hand back and forth. It's somewhere up there, but it's a twisty, windy road, and I couldn't tell you exactly which way to get there.
Okay.
Well, would you still like to see the graves?
Oh, I thought we were here. Oh, please,
no, the graves
continue.
are further down. Oh, please.
Oh, please continue.
She will take you further into the woods. It's early afternoon still by the time you come across like a little meadow. There's a pond in the middle. Trees have been pushed back further. There's no longer like a large cliff nearby. You're still on like slightly slanted ground, but this meadow is a bit of a flat spot in it. The pond in the middle it's got a whole bunch of grasses and small little dainty late year flowers right up against it. She warns you that like the water feeds into the grasses. It's not clear where the pond begins and ends, so watch your step. But all around the pond, as she walks around, she'll like kick some grass away, and you can see that there's these little gravestones. They're not very tall. They're only like 6 inches or so jutting above the ground, and they're just slightly arched on top and flat on the bottom. Yeah, there's got to be like 30, 40, maybe hundreds as you walk around this area. It'd be hard to get a count. It's not like a perfect graveyard that is uniform. They seem almost scattered, or maybe there's just a lot of markers that are missing.
I say a quick blessing to Vosi.
Is that your chosen goddess?
Just seems appropriate.
Ah, I see. Yeah. Very appropriate for the situation.
Any writing on these gravestones?
Yeah, there are little carvings on each of them, but they're also very old.
Okay.
You know, they're not fresh graves by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if Lynn would know this or not, but there is a thing that happens like over hundreds or thousands of years where you can kind of tell what people have been interacting with, like by where the stone is wearing. You know, so like if somebody is like walking over something, you can see that that's worn more than like an edge of a wall or something like that. Is there anything like that to this? And feel free to ask me to make a perception check.
Yeah, you can go and visit the gravestones, see if there's any like smoothed out parts.
Yeah.
Parts that aren't quite so rough, anything that seems to be polished. I would like everybody in the party to make me a perception check as we explore the gravesite together, and the old woman Lila just watches.
Please, Lynn. Please.
+7, +8, +3, +14.
No.
That's good perception via, but it's Vincent who will find it. As you're walking around in this area, Vincent, looking at these different markers. You find yourself close to the pond at one point, and the light here streams in like through the sides of the trees. It's not direct sunlight on the pond, so you're not getting the reflection, which makes the pond, which is very clear, a little bit easier to see through. And something you notice in the middle of the pond is that there's some sort of like a stone staff or a stone rod of some kind that seems to be sticking up through the bottom silty section of the pond. Like clearly dirt and silt and other stuff has settled on top of it. It must go quite a bit deeper. But there's some sort of odd stone pole, which doesn't fit with the graveyard at all, in this depressed area.
Ooh, well, I will certainly not share that. And while we're taking our time looking at the gravesite, I'll tell the woman truthfully, but not the whole truth. We'll probably need to spend a bit of time investigating this gravesite. Thank you very much for leading us here. And I'll pull out some... I'm a merchant. I probably have a good idea of how much a tour like this would be worth.
Usually you would pay a guide 1 gold for a day of traveling. She's only, worked for you for a couple hours, so handful of silver.
Yeah, I'll pull out 4 silver and say thank you very much. I don't want to keep you for too long. We'll take our time looking through this area. Thank you for showing us around.
Of course, and if I don't see you come back by the hut, I'll come looking for you before sundown.
Oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you.
Toodles! And she wanders off.
She reminds me of my grandmother.
Cool. I'll encourage everyone to continue looking at the grave stones.
Yeah.
And I try to look through them to see if there's any old memories from visiting old sites.
Yeah, not a single memory to be found here. Well, that's not true. You will get memories that come to mind, but they are of grave sites far from here. There's definitely people who are reminiscing, looking at graves. There's one of someone who's like, what is her name? Let me get the name out here. You've been naming these people as you go. This is
The Arbiter.
This is the memory of Homily, the half-elf. She's on a boat in the waters near the Deadlands, talking about this is where Ishtar is buried or is lain to rest. That's not the phrase. I can't remember the phrase I used before, but this is the final resting place of Ishtar. May we never disturb his bones. And there is a memory. There's a bunch of memories from Ishtar where he's standing over battlefields or near grave sites, surveying his conquests, talking out loud about like, here, this is what it looks like when you stand against the might of the Farron Empire. Our enemies will be burned before us. They will be destroyed. This is what it's like to wield the power of righteousness in your hands. There's a bunch of these, but nothing from this place.
Okay, cool. And after a suitable amount of time, where the old lady has clearly spent time walking away, I will direct the group to the pond and point out. I've noticed something in the pond that looks interesting. I'm going to take a closer look at it to see if it's magical, and I'll cast Detect Magic.
I'm going to pull up my bow as he does that, just because I know that there are dangerous things around here.
I strap my shield to my arm.
I say, Theodore, what's your main weapon?
Arming sword.
I dove into the belly of a beast. We slaughtered multiple dragons, and I walked away with this, I believe magical sword. Could that help you at all?
Is it an arming sword?
It's a +1 magic sword. Is that the same as an arming?
It is an arming sword.
Okay. I say, now, I claimed this as my own after we killed the dragon, so you'll have to give it back to me, but I can let you use this.
Oh, that would be great, thanks.
Okay. I give you
So
this
that's
magic
+1 to
sword.
hit and damage, Neal.
I'm sorry, I was typing something. What was the question?
Yeah.
I've just been given a plus, I assume a +1 sword, so +1
yeah.
to hit and damage.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll update my character sheet. Thank you.
Hopefully we can all stay alive.
So you.
Nothing's going to happen, don't worry.
I stand behind Theodore after he says that.
I stand behind Vincent.
You can't.
Theodore, you're usually supposed to be the one in the front here, buddy.
Yes, of course.
I need to look. Could you put a detect magic in chat for me, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have questions for later for Vincent, but one question I am going to ask him is, have you tried using the memory stone while casting a spell? Because if it can be triggered by a general thing, you should definitely try to use the memory stone while casting detect magic. Because if there are other wizards that were putting things into the stone while a detect magic was up, that could be very valuable information potentially.
It's an interesting thought. I usually have it up at all times, though. The memory stone is touching me as I cast these spells, so...
Sure, fair enough.
I do believe that as you gaze into the water with detect magic cast, you will get a little bit of magic coming off of something under the ground. It's clearly underwater and under some of the silt down there, so it's vague, it's fuzzy. It's like looking at a light through a bunch of different pieces of paper, so it kind of gets warm and fuzzes out all over the place. But there's definitely something magic down there.
Ooh. And before the duration of the spell goes away, I'll just walk amongst the graveyard and see if there's any magic in the ground there.
There are 4 graves on one side. Let's call it the west side of the graveyard that have a little bit of magic coming off of the something on them, right near these 4 in a row graves.
Oh, that's very unexpected. On the stones or underground?
A little bit underground. Yeah, you'd have to dig to know how far underground. You know that this will go through a yard of soil, I think. A yard of wood or earth, I imagine, will block detect magic, so no more than 3 feet deep.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, I relayed this to the group. Who would have known that there's some magic to be had here? Do any of you happen to be carrying a shovel?
I don't have a shovel. Is this part of finding the artifacts? Are we grave robbers?
Well, we're finding...
Archaeologists.
We're archaeologists. Excellent. Excellent. That's right.
One man's
So
grave,
we're-
another man's archaeology.
We're moving it to a museum then. Got it.
Well, to some extent. We're moving it to our wallets.
Yeah. I'll set both of my packs to the side just so I'm no longer encumbered and just start digging with a dagger. I don't have a shovel.
Neal, does he get the school?
That's a good question.
These are all necromancy.
Right.
Yeah, before we start digging, yeah.
You are so smart. Let me take a look.
That's so smart, Theodore.
Oh,
And then also, if he's doing that, I want to know if he got the school off the lake as well.
Yeah, you need to roll me a D100. You need I think you're 6th level, so 60 or lower on a D100, please, Vincent.
Cool. Do you want 2 separate ones for the water one and the grave one?
Let's just start with 1.
No. Do 5 D100 so you at least get 1 grave.
No, because they are all coming back as necromantic magic. Now, I know everyone hears the word necromancy, and they immediately think, undead and vampires. But necromancy is the study of life and death. There's plenty of, healing, cure light wounds is a necromancy spell. So it's not always here be evil monsters, right? Necromancy it's just a field of study.
Yeah, could I posit that this might be necromancy magic that's cast to preserve bodies, perhaps?
That would be within the realm of necromancy. Yeah.
Vincent, would a weapon or item? I mean, if it was a magical bow or sword, would it emanate necromantic magic?
No, it would usually be, and I insert the School of Enchantment, whatever that is, abjuration.
Would a zombie
Alteration?
emanate
Alteration.
Would a zombie emanate necromantic magic? Again, I just look at the wizard. I don't know.
I don't believe zombies detect as magic. Confirmed?
Usually not. Very powerful undead might, but your typical plebeian zombie, maybe not.
I have my
Can I
back
do
to
it?
the party looking at the graves behind them.
Can I do a
Guarding
read
us.
languages on these specific grades really quick? See if I notice anything that's different about them, or
Give me
that-
a perception check to try and feel
Yes.
through.
Yes, absolutely. Natural 20. Neal, I can't be
perception.
stopped. I can't be stopped.
Just roll well.
I can't be stopped. Just roll well. Yes. My first natural 20, and it's on a perception check. Yes.
All right. These gravestones up here that you're looking through, there are these faint markings on them, which you can sort of brush away and feel out.
Yeah.
And somehow, against all odds, with 3 perception, you can read these faded markers.
Yeah.
It is text.
Okay.
Give me a read languages check.
Okay. Do you just want one, or do you want multiple?
Just one.
Okay. That's a failure.
That's a fail. Yeah, you can't make out the language or what it says. It's all
I asked for
pretty
the clay
old.
tablet.
Can
Again.
you draw it? Yeah.
Yeah, I just start drawing it. How much text is there? This is part of what Lynn
30
does.
characters
Is
on per stone.
30. Okay, so it's not. Yeah, Lynn would be talking this out, because I imagine this takes some time. He's drawing it out, and he's like, I don't recognize this language. Does anybody else? It's 30 character. How many words? I assume I'd be able to know that.
Whatever language this is, that doesn't look like they put spaces between their letters. Which
Oh.
is very traditional.
Interesting. Okay. I asked if anybody knows a language that works like that. I don't think Lynn's familiar with a language that doesn't have spacing between it.
I don't suppose
With letters.
going through the memory stone and sometimes I've probably seen some books or writings. Has that ever shown up?
Can you look at this and try to memory stone it? Is that how this works? Can you control F?
You cannot control F. Absolutely not. You have seen some texts that are just blocked out in one straight line without spacing. You're, as a well-educated person from the capital of Drekis, you are aware that old Eridonian and a lot of these much older languages, they just slammed everything together and you could read it fine, and you didn't need punctuation, and you didn't need spacing, and you didn't need capital or lowercase. It was just boom, long line of text. Yeah, a lot of the old languages worked that way.
I feel with more than 30 characters, I think this is more than just their name. I think this is probably their name along with a description of some kind, I would guess. I mean, I could be completely wrong on that. Can I look at the surrounding gravestones and then
Well, are
see
you
if
looking at the
those are-
surrounding gravestones, or are you digging this up?
Oh, I'm not digging it up anymore. Once I was told that, well, it's necromantic, and then I asked,
You
well,
stopped.
you know,
Okay.
would a +5 sword, like, you know, I'm asking, you're the magic guy, like, do we want to dig these up now? And then out of game, it was a powerful undead could emanate it. It's like, if that's what we think it is, then I definitely don't want to dig it up. But if we think it's like a helm of rejuvenation or something random, then, you know, I'm going to kind of do whatever I'm told.
I think it's simply magic that's preserving, nobility or royalty or something. Now, one in the pond probably seems the most interesting. Could you all dig that up for me? Thanks.
What was the strength?
One in the
Neal?
pond?
That's
Or
another
what did
great.
you already say?
I did not say. I was going to say that the strength is difficult to read through the layers of stuff that are on top of it. It's going to give you a much weaker reading through all these layers than if it's like clean and in front of you. So right now it's reading as weak, but it could be much stronger.
Sure.
Is the pond, can you stand in it and dig from there?
Yeah, it probably comes up to your thighs, like somewhere between your knee and your thigh, depending on your height, as you get in there. So it's going to be a pain to dig out. If you wanted to get to the bottom of this pond, you'd probably have to like drain it. You need to dig like a little canal to some lower ground and let the water run out. It might take you a few hours. If you had a shovel, it would probably only take you like 45 minutes, but with just daggers and knives and that sort of stuff, probably take you 4 or 5 hours. But you know, it's early in the afternoon. It's like 1 o'clock.
That's
We could always
fine.
go back to town, get some shovels.
How far is town?
Probably a 2-hour walk.
We're here. We might as well. Don't worry. I have some magic that can help us out. Which one of the party members looks like they have the most strength?
Not me.
13.
Definitely Theodore.
That's rough. All right, Theodore, you're in charge here. I'll cast strength and enlarge on you.
Oh!
So good. So good.
Theodore, roll us a
Absolutely.
D8 for strength.
I'm very good at rolling, so
Oh my god. All right, so you got 18-10 strength right now, and you're 60% larger, plus your tools are now
Nice.
60% larger. The giant Theodore quickly
Yep.
and easily carves a channel out of this. The water soon begins to drain, and you can continue to deepen the channel. It'll probably take a nice hour until most of the water is drained out. Enlarge lasts for half an hour. Yeah, perfect. And strength lasts for 6 hours. Easy. Soon the water is drained. Theodore is reduced back down, but still buff as fuck. And you can start to pull out all the silt and dirt. And this column goes down and down. And then it hits like a bit of an arched thing, like a domed roof of some kind. And it is this domed roof that is radiating magic. I probably shouldn't have said that because you don't have detect magic still going. But you suspect this dome roof. Because it's made of stone, and stone would block... Will have to be stone of a foot of thickness or more to block magic. It's probably the domed roof. Could be something under it.
Fascinating. Does it feel like we're excavating like a building that's down here? A small building?
At first, that's definitely the vibe that you're getting. The domed roof is maybe 3 feet across. It's domed up a good 1.5 foot. As you reach the edges of it and start to dig around the edges, though, you find that you can actually dig around and under the dome if you want. You find
Is it-
an edge and...
Does it have like sections of like stone, or does it look like concrete?
It does not look like concrete. It
Okay.
does
So it's
look...
like stone with mortar.
It does look like joined stones with
Okay.
cracked mortar
Okay.
throughout.
Do all the stones look the same, or does it look like it was built over different area?
It
through
looks
different
like it was built at
points
one
in
time. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, excellent. This looks like an exciting finding. Keep digging, friends. And I
What's the
watch.
pole made out of?
Stone.
Just the same material?
Yeah, it's like a stone spire that rises up. As they are excavating the edges. First off, do we have anybody on watch, or is everybody working on the excavation?
I'm overseeing.
I'm watching. I rolled. Yeah, I had my back to the party. I'm watching everything.
And you're making a dancing check while you watch?
Yes. Yeah.
In that case, Lynn helps with his dagger, but I don't think I think compared to, the 18 strength warrior, I think it's pathetic. Like, I think he gets more in the way than, like, he actually helps. But he tries.
So how are you instructing their digging? Because you've got, like, this dome with a little spire coming off of it. What would you like them to be working at?
Well, at first I posit that it's a mausoleum, so I say like, oh, find us our entrance and get in. But as soon as it seems like it's not, like, find out what's underneath that thing.
Perfect.
Mausoleum, do you think that there's a powerful undead in this mausoleum?
Oh, who knows? Maybe, no, unlikely. But possible. Who knows? Could be treasure.
Okay, I just keep digging, yeah.
Yeah, well, you dig to the side, and then you dig under, and you'll find that there is some sort of vertical wall that the dome sort of like reaches over and extends over the wall by a good 6 inches. And yeah.
Are we still hitting soft earth? Like,
oh, it's real soft earth all around. Wet, soapy, like you gotta be. You probably have like a cloak put out on the ground so you can dig stuff into the cloak and then carry it away and dump the soil elsewhere.
Yeah. Enlarge is actually incredible here because you can just like throw it over. Yeah.
What's the spire made of? It's also stone or it's metal?
Stone.
Oh, Colin, do you see any writing on this stone?
Not yet, but it's slow going with just daggers. Strength is a very helpful tool here, but a big spade would be really nice. Let
me see if I have anything. I don't think I do. I have like needles, I have thread, I have a dagger, I have a bow, but at least for me, I don't think there's anything on my gear that would make this go faster. I don't know if anybody else has something.
Can I get a strength check from Theodore? It's just going to be D20 plus 18 right now, buddy.
Well,
perfect. That's what I was hoping for.
No, wait, can I make my strength check?
No. This newfound strength of yours is something you're not used to being such a strong person. So as you're digging, you're impacting with more force perhaps than you think. And it's a little difficult to be gentle. And there comes a point at which where you're like trying to dig through some of this goopy muck and you hit a section of this wall and it cracks. And a section of the wall falls inward into some sort of cavity. As you try to like gently excavate the sides, you start to break this. Someone said the word mausoleum.
Yep.
Yeah. Section of the wall breaks and falls in. Stone here is old. The mortar is crumbling. There's a little bit of a splashing sound as the
How
things
big is
fall
the gap?
in. What is this? A foot and a half?
Okay, so there's like no way I could get through that.
Not yet.
Okay.
So I did put myself on guard duty, but then I realized there was a pole, so I did a dancing proficiency to see if I could. But I realized this is the wrong kind of pole. It doesn't spin.
This is the wrong kind of situation.
And then so like I could have maybe.
Oh my God, we
But
gotta
then I put
find some
myself-
better mercenaries.
Can Lynn make a perception check with advantage to notice the pole dancing?
I think there was not an actual pole dancing moment. I think there was consideration.
Okay.
I put my
all
hands
right,
around
okay,
it and I
sure.
try to pull myself
Okay.
up, but I just
Sure.
can't spin. So I go back on guard duty.
Well, you do try to pull
Sure.
yourself up. What is your full weight plus all your gear?
I am encumbered lightly. All my weight.
Yeah, it should just be on the gear tab of your character sheet.
Is it full
163.
daylight right now?
Well, it's afternoon and the light is filtering in through the trees, so like it's full sunlight, but you're in like a shaded section. When you pull on the spire, it just snaps off at a certain point, like, half the way down.
Ah!
It wasn't a tall
Dex
spire.
checked to move out of the way.
No.
I look at Vincent. Do you have a way to make a light?
Well, that's what torches are for, aren't they? But I say, people, be more gentle around the old ruins here.
Sorry.
After we have a better idea of how deep this might go, do I get the sense that this is going to take longer than a day to excavate?
Well, if you wanted to fully excavate this thing and dig all the way around it so there's room to stand and walk around this thing from the full depth, it would probably take you, with this team, a couple of weeks. If you just wanted to get to a spot where you could see where the bottom of this is, you just wanted to dig a narrow channel to find the base, it would probably take you until after dark.
We get to
Do we
see
want
the
to come
grand
back
there.
tomorrow?
Yeah, this seems like it would be a good time to be like, we figured out that there's more here than a shovel would really help. So we should go
shovel.
to town.
Yeah, for sure. We can go into town. I know a guy. He won't. Yeah. Lynn will go to the thief guy that's you buy a crowbar from him and he doesn't tell anybody that you buy a crowbar from him.
You mean like Home Depot?
Yeah. yeah. But he's gonna go to a guy that he knows is cool and is not.
There's a local blacksmith, and you can just buy crowbars. Those are useful tools in ordinary life. They're not.
Oh no! Well, I'm not
tools
gonna.
of crime.
Well, actually, question.
You do not have to go to the black market.
Do we want a crowbar?
Sure, we want a crowbar, a shovel.
Okay, crowbar, shovel,
a spade, gardening tools.
Also, for the 20-pound bag, if I drop that in combat, because I don't know what's in it, is that fine? Because otherwise, I'm going to take penalties. Oh, okay, got it. Okay, yep.
I mean, there's
then I can just carry
there's
it.
potions in there, so don't drop them, but
yeah,
just put them on the ground. That's fine.
Can I do that as a free action? If I drop the bag down and then pull out my bow and start shooting, is that a reasonable action?
Are you're not carrying a shield or anything? Yeah, I think at
no shields. Just
beginning
just
of combat, you can just chuck your bag and pull out your weapons. No questions asked.
Okay, cool.
Should we rent a horse in a carriage to either lower someone down by rope or to haul away some of the dirt?
No, I don't think we'll be doing that serious a thing. Okay. We'll stop by. I forget her woman's name, but Lila, and say we're okay, and we'll be heading back there tomorrow.
Okay. She wishes you the best of luck, and she'll see you tomorrow.
Cool. Yeah, but we'll go to town. We'll load up on stuff that would be useful for digging and possibly climbing, just because. Yeah, climbing, since we're digging a hole. And then we'll rest up in the village/town.
Give me just one moment here while I make some alterations.
Captain, if I was just having the most restless sleep and I just couldn't doze off, is there any type of magic that would help with that?
Lynn pulls out alcohol.
Well, I happen to have sleep prepared today. If you want to get a head start on your sleep.
No, I was just wondering if there was a way that you could maximize your spells by sleeping yourself in the morning. But I don't tell you that because I don't have that much concept of magic. My legs are kind of tired and I'm sleepy.
So this job, does it pay for my in-room, or how does that work?
Oh yes, all expenses that we need to undergo on the job are paid by me.
Don't you live here?
Yeah.
Why would you need a hotel room?
Because I'm on the run from the guards.
Got it.
I go there and I go to the thiefy bar and I pay them the extra, silver, whatever, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm Roy, and yeah, it's fine.
Cool. So we're gonna buy a couple of buckets, a couple of shovels. 50 feet of rope.
I should probably get
a
some
crowbar.
charcoal. You know, there was
Sure.
that thing earlier with some charcoal. Would you like me to get some inks, some paper? This is questions to Vincent that I ask him. I'm like, would you like me to get some more ink? It seems like this is something we're gonna be working on. So ink, paper, what? It seems like this is something that you want from me. So if this is part of the job, I
sounds
feel
useful.
fine.
You'll be a handy person around all these ruins to transcribe the ancient languages.
Yep, I buy 2 journals, which are I think like 50 gold each or something, and then I buy like 4 different kinds of ink that are different colors, potentially for future stuff. I buy a fancy quill that's like 3 silver. Len just goes overboard. I don't know if this is noticed or not, but he goes a little overboard on everything.
When I notice you have all that, I'm like, hey, Lynn, go ahead and copy everything from that clay tablet onto your paper, and let me get.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I copy that onto the paper.
You copy it 100%? Do you have to roll for that? I don't know. These are questions. So I take back the clay and I remove what you've written.
Yeah. I assume that's not something I have to roll for. Like, I can copy some language I don't speak. Like, if I take time to do it. So I assume Lynn can do that.
Yeah, if you just need a couple buckets, couple shovels, crowbars, some rope, why don't you shell out 10 gold and add, I'm just going to ballpark it, like 25 pounds of gear as you go back the next day.
That's cool. Lynn was asking about, I don't know if this village would have it, paper stuff.
You can find some papyrus around here, yeah.
No, I want paper.
Do you want high quality paper? There's not a paper salesman in the area. The general store will have some scrolls of papyrus that you can buy, but
is when they put out wanted posters, are those typically on papyrus?
Papyrus.
Okay, then I'm fine with papyrus.
Yeah, that's
I'm fine with
papyrus
that.
is the go-to writing surface. It's cheap.
Got
it's
it.
readily available.
Okay.
Well, semi-readily available.
Got it.
I see Lynn's wanted poster and I take it down and store it for later.
I don't know if there is a wanted poster for me. I don't know. I'm kind of like a low-level criminal.
There's
like
not a wanted
there might
poster.
be.
No. Not in this town. There are no wanted posters for anybody.
Dang, I would have stole them for the papyrus.
Nah, yeah. Okay. Supplies regathered.
Mm-hmm.
We go back up the mountain the next day. I need Vincent. I need you to roll me a D100, sir.
Okay.
Okay. We head back up the mountain the next day, setting out nice and early, so we'll have as much time as possible up there. You get back to Lila's hut. The door is closed. Lila's not to be seen anywhere. Maybe she's taken a trip out into the fields or into the forest. Maybe she's gone up or down the mountain. She's not here. Or maybe she's inside sleeping. I don't know. Maybe you could go peer through her windows, but she's not outside. She's not apparently anywhere. You can still go through the path in her garden and back along the cliff, past the waterfall, and in the direction.
Wait, hold on. I'll encourage Lynn to see if she's in there. And if she's not, maybe you can find a way in.
You want me to sneak into this woman's home?
Yeah, I have this suspicion that she's not just an ordinary woman living out here.
Sure. I will take a moment to take off my gear, and then I assume this is just a move silently check.
Yeah.
Assuming she doesn't have
Yeah, just give me a move silently. So it's pretty good, but
77.
it's autumn. There's a lot of leaves that have fallen on the ground. It's kind of hard to move through the leaves. It's mostly pine forest, but there's some deciduous trees as well. And so there's a little bit of crunching that is just unavoidable as you sneak up to the side, to the front door of her little hut. All the shutters are closed.
Yeah.
You can press your ear to the door. It sounds nice and quiet inside.
I just opened the door.
You just open the door. The sunlight sort of spills in.
Yeah.
You can see the little hut that you were in before. And there's the little bed that she was sleeping on, and there's a little form of a body in the bed with the blankets pulled up all the way over it. You'll notice that the chest that she kept all that money in is not there anymore. And you'll also notice that the roof from the inside, you can tell has been damaged. Like earlier I had mentioned that there's all these like hanging herbs and like long storage vegetables.
Yeah.
A lot of them have been like knocked to the ground and damaged, or, you know, pushed around and scattered about.
Okay. Does it look like it got like indented from the outside?
The thatch is more or less still together. It doesn't look like there's been a catastrophic event landing upon the roof.
Okay. This is why I made this character, is to, you know, if somebody has to die, it's going to be him. He's going to walk over to her body and turn her over.
Yeah,
he's going to have his dagger out.
You reach the body, you pull it towards you, and it is a desiccated husk of a person. Thin, skin pulled tight and dried out, eyes sort of like still there but unfixed and staring out. This is not the old woman that you were looking at yesterday. Some sort of weird corpse.
I'm going to do a quick perception check of the room, potentially, because I assume, you know, I'm like a shadow. I've moved in here and nobody's noticed me. I'm trying to see if there are any possible dangers that could be present if the party was to come in after me.
Give me a perception check.
Let's go, Lynn.
You know what? It's a house, dude. What dangers could exist in a house?
Absolutely.
Does Kevin McAllister live here? No, it's just a house. It's fine.
Of course. Yeah.
I'm Lynn just, you know, walk in the front door. I'll, you know, waltz in the front door too.
Sure. I noticed you walk in, and then I'm like, it looks like she was murdered with magic?
Ooh. Yeah, look at this corpse. Does it look like it could be the woman's corpse?
Give me... It's hard to... Yeah, give me a charisma check, Vincent. You look deep into this face. You look at the facial structure. You try to examine and see, could this be the old woman? A 19 is not a success.
Can I ask a question that might modify this?
But it could also be someone else that was just, you know, vaguely similar. Yeah, what's your other question?
I have anatomy. Can I tell if this is a woman?
Absolutely. You can pull back the blankets and you can see the hip, you know, you feel the sides of the body. The hips are definitely feminine. But also, as you're examining the body more thoroughly and with an anatomy check, you're going to notice a set of puncture marks on the right side of the neck and on the inside of the right thigh. Like,
are they in pairs?
Yeah, like a pair, like, you know, maybe an inch apart.
Like full needles or something, maybe.
A little bit bigger than needles. Yeah, I think that's exactly where your mind would go. This looks like someone who has been bitten, but that's got to be exactly where your mind goes. This has to be a vampire.
Maybe.
Vincent, is this magic? Is this what magic is? Is this what magic does to somebody? Is this going to happen to you?
We might be dealing with some sort of supernatural monster here. I think about, is there like enough sufficient text about vampires out there that I would know how tough a vampire would be?
They are superhumanly strong, like 18-100 strength. They have the life force of 10 men, so something like 10d8 hit points, ballparky. They're fast. You know that they don't make any sounds when they walk. They don't reflect in mirrors. You know that they are avoidant of things that are strong smelling. Like they've got delicate senses, so really pungent things can be adverse to them, although the scent of death doesn't seem to bother them. They're often located, according to the stories, in graveyards or haunted places or places of great disaster. They're associated with rot and pestilence.
Vincent, we were digging at the graveyard.
We may have.
You think we
This
realized
might be
that-
our fault.
This is our fault. Is this woman going to turn into a vampire? Is that how it works? I know that's how it works with werewolves, right? Werewolf kills people and then they turn into werewolves. And then a hydra kills people and then the hydra gets more heads. Is this woman going to turn into a vampire?
These are good questions. Is this something that I know lore-wise?
You know, the understanding of vampires is that in order they can turn people into other vampires, they don't do it all the time. Like they kill people and drain their blood and don't turn them. Like that's a very common thing. The known process is a sharing of blood in both directions, and then a burying in the earth. So if she's left in her bed, that doesn't track with the stories you hear about how vampires are created. They should be buried in some sort of grave soil.
Okay. And then surely in like the world at large, there's a hierarchy of monsters. You know, like a dragon's really scary, a giant's pretty scary. That troll we fought before is like really scary for us. So I get like a sense of where a vampire ranks somewhere in there.
Well, definitely way lower than a dragon. Definitely much higher than a troll. It's hard to compare to giants because giants are just so big, but vampires are supernatural. So, on par with a giant, very, very ballparky, maybe. In some contexts, stronger than a giant. In some contexts, weaker than a giant.
Vincent, are vampires smart?
Yeah, they're really smart. We should leave this island.
I mean,
I'm
I
leaving the hut.
agree. But I'm like the vampires didn't kill us.
I'm going back to
Yeah.
the village.
And yeah, no, I'm following you, but I want to talk with you like while we're going. And
Hold on. I was on the porch and I come in right when they start to leave, and I see all of this. Did I see where her tattoo kit was?
Yeah, it's still untouched right by the fireplace. The fire there has gone out. There's just like tiny coals that are still burning.
Can I add some of like the black substance she used and some needles to my pack?
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave a silver piece on her.
The
on her
substance
body.
sits in like an open bowl, so you'll need a lid for it of some kind.
There isn't like more substance in a small container that she like pulled from?
Yeah, but it's an unlidded container. It just sits open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. These peasants and not having lids. It's almost like they don't need to transport these things in backpacks.
Okay, I'll just grab the needles then.
Sure.
Or I'll grab the needles and the bowl. I'll just empty it out.
All right. Done.
You know, we should actually take this woman for evidence, now that I think about it.
What?
We have to warn the village.
Well, no, you said that. Assuming that I got the description that you were given, I'm like, if they're intelligent, smart monsters and they're this strong, then there's no need. They could just kill the village at any point they wanted to, right?
Oh,
Like,
how big of a village is this?
Whitmore is a town of maybe 3,000 people, 4,000 people, and then the surrounding sprawling little villages up and down the coast are probably 10 times that amount. So
Okay,
20,000 people along the coast, 30,000
Whitmore
people.
can fend off a vampire.
I think that the vampires are happy with the current situation. I think that's why there are all these stories about going into the mountains. I think the vampires are happy to just wait and just take the humans that invade into their territory. Like I think they're perfectly happy with the situation. If we
Kind of like
I mean, if you
cattle.
know of some adventurers that could perhaps go find them,
What about
Then
the
maybe.
We have a
But I can-
social responsibility to warn this town that there's a vampire out here, in case they don't know.
if you sometimes it's better to just pay the tax. Sometimes you don't want the king to invade your land.
Sorry, one last. Is that tattoo stuff? Is that a powder or is that a liquid?
powder?
Can I just get like a piece of fabric over the top and tie some string on it and kind
Yeah.
of keep it confined?
Sure.
Okay, then I have-
tear your clothes for some fabric, and there you go.
No, I
mean-
tear her sheets and I'll
Got it.
use a part of her sheet.
Perfect.
Vincent, do you know like somebody important that we could tell? Like you're
Well,
wizard. I
We
just
were in there for a bit. You would probably know better than I, but there's probably a mayor to the town, right?
Yeah, Whitmore's got a mare.
Cool. Theodore, take that woman's body, carry it. We're going to town.
Okay.
Her
happy
body
to
is
now.
quite light now that it's been removed of a great deal of its fluid mass. She probably weighs 50 pounds at this point.
is there like a blanket that we could like cover her in or something?
Mm-hmm.
Does she
It's
have a
not like-
mule outside?
She does not have a mule outside. But
Wrap
yeah,
her up in carpet.
between the four of you, it shouldn't be too hard to, make hold her on a sheet between two people and head down the mountain. It'll be a little awkward and a little cumbersome, but it's definitely doable. And you've got that social responsibility to help out the people. You can make your
Just
way.
briefly, Neal, was between the graveyard and the house, was there running water? There was that stream, right?
There was
was a
that
stream.
creek that was
Yeah.
like 30 feet down in the gorge with a stone bridge over it. Yes.
Okay, that's all.
Well.
I say to Captain Lynn may have a point. If these are essentially cattle to the vampires, they may be incentivized to think we killed this lady. So we if we are going to carry her down, we should be prepared when we show her to someone.
Well, do we know a cleric? Or actually no, out of game. Do I know of a cleric in town? Is there a
There's
cleric
no
in
clerics
town?
in Alba.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that one of Lynn's concerns here is like that this lady is just going to turn into a vampire. I don't know. Maybe she is. Who knows? And so he's trying to think of like ways to prevent that from happening. But I think the only thing he can think of is like severing her head and then like chopping off her limbs, and he's not willing to do that. So yeah,
Find an old lady, hack her to bits. Safer for everyone.
could be.
It
You know,
could
if she's
be.
going to turn into a vampire instead. Sometimes it is safer. But
Mhm.
I mean, the thing that I say to Vincent is like, if they're smart, they know that woman didn't do that. Like, clearly, I mean, you enhanced Theodore with magical strength and capability. There's no chance that this woman did it. So they were sending a message. They weren't trying to kill the people that did it, unless maybe they're investigating. They don't know it was us, but they weren't. I think they were trying to send a message, and I think the message is back off, which I'm cool with. Totally
I don't think
fine
that's
with
what
backing
happened.
off.
I think we unearthed a vampire, and the vampire was hungry and ate this woman.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
probably.
agree.
So what was that magic
Oh.
on the tomb?
Keep the
Sealing
vampire
magic.
at bay.
Hmm.
healing magic, maybe. But yeah, never mind. You might be completely correct. Yeah, no, that's a very good point. My opinion has completely changed. Yeah, it's a very good point.
If we
take out-
felt very responsible, while it's daytime, we could try to bury that thing again.
No, You have all the tools, and it's only like a 2-hour walk from here. It's still early in the day. You have many, many hours of daylight left.
We could shove a bunch of dirt into the hole, but if it was a magical seal, then it's already been broken. And you said that it has
I don't
the
think it would really
strength.
help.
I don't think it would either.
Yeah, let's just get to the town and warn them that there's a vampire.
You haul the body down the mountain. You go back to Whitmore. The mayor can be found fairly early. It's not a full-time job. It's a part-time job. He's hanging out down by the coast. He works as a net repairman, which is a surprisingly menial job for the mayor. But you find him in his little hut, hanging out, fixing some fishing nets. You show up with this body over your shoulders or between your people on a piece of cloth. The mayor will look at you as you set it down in front of him, and he gets up and, hello, I'm Mayor Brandon.
Mayor Brandon, we have some grave news for you. While we were going up to the countryside, we found this, and I make sure we're in an isolated area, hopefully his hut door.
Yeah.
You may want to sit down for this.
I'll sit
I
back
pull
down.
up the sheet and point out the desiccated husk, and I point out the bite marks. There might be a vampire out there.
I want to observe his reaction to this news.
Furrowed brow, a look of great concern. Oh no, not another one.
Another one!
Every now and then, a body will show up like this.
Lynn is not here for this conversation because it's the mayor, but he feels vindicated anyways.
Where's Lynn? Back in town?
Hanging out at the back in the inn or something like that. Just not here because he'd be worried about like the mayor knowing that he's wanted.
Let's go grab a drink, Lynn.
Sure.
Vincent, are you
Go get
comfortable
it.
leaving your bodyguards behind while you go talk to the mayor?
That's the mayor, that's fine.
Okay. So it sounds like it's just Theodore and Vincent here.
Sure.
Okay. Because Wiley is hanging out at the tavern. He's too immobile to follow you around on all these adventures.
Wiley, meet Lynn.
Thieves can't.
Okay. The mayor will tell you, yes, this every now and then a body shows up like this. Alba Island is home to a great many strange species, including vampiric bats. They're quite large. They normally prey on cattle and goats, but every now and then they feast on recently dead people. Shakes his head.
Recently dead. Doesn't seem like this woman would have died. It seems like she was killed to me.
I mean, that could be. She could have been murdered, and then the bats got to her. Did you see any sign? He kind of looks away from the body like it's uncomfortable. Were there wounds?
I feel like we found. Do you know of her? This is the tattoo artist that was out in the countryside.
Oh, old lady Lila?
Yes.
Oh, what a shame. She's been a staple of the community for decades now. Well before my elections. What a shame. I
It
told
looks
her
like
she should
she
move
was-
into the village.
Yeah, she was just found. Well, we found her in bed. We were trying to visit her for another tattoo appointment, but we found the horrific sight.
You're not going to spread harmful rumors about this, are you?
No, we were just making sure that you knew and that you would protect your town.
Of course.
From the rumors.
Well, Alba's a surprisingly safe place. No, we don't really have much in the way of pirates that come this way. And, there are animals, of course, but that's what the town guard is for, to keep the occasional rabid bear out of the village, or fend off the elk, which can be surprisingly tall. Sometimes we have 9 foot at the shoulder elk that come through town, and they can cause some problems. But our local volunteer guards do a good job of keeping these things at bay.
Vampires at bay?
Well, vampire bats, we can't do anything about them. They fly and they attack crops, cattle at random, seemingly. You're not trying to suppose that this is a true-to-life, actual, undead vampire, are you?
It looks like that to me.
All the visitors, they all think the same things. Shakes his head. Well, let me tell you. There have been rumors about vampires in Alba since long before I was born. And no one's seen any vampires. There's no missing children in the night, other than the normal amount of children that go missing in any given town. It's
2% tax every year. It's just normal.
He just shakes his head. We'll have to hold a funeral. Thank you so much for bringing her into town. We'll hold a proper. I should probably go get some grave diggers and some festivals and talk to the priest in town. Make it all. Our temple in town burned down a couple years ago. Short some good priests.
You have a priest in town. Maybe we should get the priest's opinion.
If you would like, well, I'm going to have to see him anyway for funeral services. If you'd like to come along, you may. Like to put your mind at ease, dispel these harmful notions.
Yes. Should we bring this to the temple?
Of course. The 3 of you can bring the body to a new makeshift temple. It's quite small. It's a small little stone recess, like a recess into a stone wall that, like a cliffside wall that's been carved out, and there's a little shrine there, and then there's a little wooden pergola that sits out in front of it to just give people a little bit of shelter from the rain if it's raining, and a couple of little pews there, and some statues to Vosi, goddess of death, Martha, goddess of life, and that's it. And you can find the priest. He's over there cleaning up from this morning's services, tidying things, putting them away. There's a couple of chests nearby that he's organizing with candles and some sensors, and you guys can come with the body, and the mayor will inform him of what happened. The priest is a young woman. It looks like she's wearing robes that are a size and a half too big for her. The sandals are kind of flopping behind her, but they're ceremonial sandals. They're important. She'll take a look at the body and go, "Oh, Lila, what a shame. What a shame."
I'll pay attention to see if the mayor tried to set the story that Lila died from bats, or if the priest is coming up to a conclusion by herself.
Well, the mayor will present the body and be like, "This is Lila. This man Vincent and his butler Theodore have brought her down the mountain. She appears to be quite dead, quite desiccated, all the fluids have been sucked out of her. And according to Vincent, no other wounds, so death by vampire bats, perhaps? Looks to be the most likely cause." And the priestess nods her head and looks at the body a little bit. Says, "Well, it's such a shame. I'll go get the embalming fluids and the holy oils and do what I can to prepare it for funeral." She looks to Vincent and Theodore. "Thank you so much for bringing her down. Did you know her well?"
We may have been one of her last customers. She was a very nice lady. Well then, we leave this in your capable hands.
She sighs heavily, makes a sign of some circles over her eyes, and then like a long line down her sternum into like a V towards the base of her stomach near her abdomen. And pull a gentle claw, put a nice burial shroud over her, laying her down in between the pews while she goes to grab grave diggers and all these other things that she'll need. Yeah. Would you like to press the vampire topic with the priestess at all?
I mean, no, because she's staring at something that looks like a... no, I would not.
What's your take on this, Vincent? Because you seem pretty clearly convinced that this is a vampire, but the locals seem to be, at least the mayor seems to be not interested in that answer. What's your take?
This is either a cover-up or this town's being run by vampires. Either way, it's past my pay grade. We gotta get out of here.
Not worth digging into.
I think digging into this will get us killed by vampires, so I'm just gonna let things lie.
Okay. Well, the party can pack up and head out today, if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Where are we going?
Absolutely.
To Rocky Ridge.
Abax, the place that you were before?
Let's see, if I remember right, we died at that one. We had our last death at that very small island to some aquatic person?
The rope monster?
Roper, yes.
Is that
that was at Abax.
That was at Abax, yes. Is that where we're headed back to?
Wow, we went all the way over there. Let me double check my notes then.
Don't suppose Wiley has a read languages, does he?
No.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay. All right.
I don't know what it would have accomplished, but you should have told them that she requested to be buried at the cemetery by her house at dusk.
Does that guarantee it or something?
Hey, at least that'll prove to them something's wrong if one of them doesn't die.
I don't think so. I think Vincent's 100% right. I think this town is just being run by vampires. Like, yeah. I think they're taking their tax, and I think we just uncovered another one. So I think taxes are about to increase.
Vampire bureaucracy, just a whole bunch of vampires just living like normal people.
I mean, I think so. I think the tax is going to increase, or potentially, I think like maybe it'll help because maybe that's why he was sealed. Was like, assuming it's a him.
What do you think a vampire's goal is? Like, what? Obviously, a human has like socially motivated. They like to climb social ladders. You know, there's a lot of organization. What's a vampire's end goal?
To not die.
It depends on. I think it's as varied as people. Like, I think some vampires literally just want to gorge on as much blood as possible. I think for some of them, like, it is like accruing the monster like horde. For some of them, I think it's like power or manipulation of people. Like, I think it just depends on the vampire. Like, I think for some vampires, like, I think it's about having power over other immortal beings. Like,
if we can get hella meta real quick.
Yeah.
It's possible one vampire started everything, and so that would be the sire for all the other vampires. So really, if the sire dies, the other vampires would die. So probably the other vampires got together, locked the sire up, so that they're all now safe. Yeah.
If they're able. Yeah, if they were able.
You think you've let out the sire who's now going to go wreak revenge on his acolytes, her acolytes?
Which
That's
could
what
potentially
I'm hoping,
could be really good. Yeah, if it's something where the vampires locked away the other vampire because he wasn't cooperating, it's potentially really good for the humans here. Maybe.
That's what we tell ourselves now.
I think this is the wild speculation that happens over the next few days as the party sails towards Abax.
Yeah.
Wait, where's your ship?
Yes, could you remind me of... I remember we sailed past Rocky Ridge and Hookfin, but...
Yeah.
Probably... I didn't mark... Oh, never mind. Oh, that's why. Yes. Abax. Yes. Could you remind us of what we found at Abax as we sailed there?
Yeah, there was a Abax is 15 islands away from Flotsam Island, where Port Ferris is. Here is supposed to be one of these inertial actuators. And as you approached the island, you had a memory of sticking a long pokey thing through a hole in the wall, which made a wall disappear. And then you sailed on in, you hopped off on a little dirt path, and then you were attacked by a roper. It almost killed the entire party, but a couple of lucky criticals and a couple of lucky saving throws by the PCs, and only one character died. And that was that. And instead of journeying deeper in to see what was behind the roper, you turned around and left immediately. So in theory, maybe the whole place is clear.
Right. That'd be nice.
Right.
Does Wiley have 2 peg legs and 2 sword arms? I feel like he had 1 appendage left, right?
He has 1 working foot.
1 working foot. I want to be sketching, and I don't know if he's interested in this or not, but during this time, I want to be sketching an outfit for him that would like disguise the fact that he has a peg leg, you know? So like
I
one
wouldn't
hand would
disguise
have, like,
my peg leg in 1,000 years. It's a point of honor. It shows you that I've been in a great many scuffles. Each wound and scar we bear
Wiley,
tells a story. You can't hide from who you are, son. Be proud of your accomplishments in your life. Never hide any aspect of yourself. That's why I'm proud to say I have 4 different types of herpes.
Okay, never mind.
And
Fair
our
enough,
party
Wiley. Fair enough.
will head towards Alba. Why don't we take a short break and we'll come back on the other side at Abax. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Voyages of Dusk and Dawn. Our party is arriving back at Abax Island. We've been here once before. It was an adventure. What do you tell, Vincent, to the new people of this place that you're going?
I say nothing.
Yes, I'll let them know. Abax is full of danger. Our last party member, Gary, sadly, fell to his death here at the hands of a horrible creature with long tentacles. But we did defeat it, so hopefully there are none left.
How big is
These
Abax?
These are examples of the dangers that you may face.
We can sail up to the cliffside here, finding those holes once more, taking a long pointy stick and inserting it in just the right hole, digging around until you find the right chamber beyond, and the wall will vanish before you, revealing an underground passageway. Water sails in, and then there's a little dirt area beyond. I think last time we came in here, we hung a lantern on a ship for light because it is dark here. It's very dark.
Yes. Now, Lynn and Theodore, I know a very powerful alteration spell. I am an alteration specialist. It's called Haste. It will make you much more effective in combat, but it will age you up by 1 year. What are your thoughts on using it?
If it's an emergency, then yeah, I have no problem with that.
How long does it last?
It lasts 9 minutes.
Honestly, I think you get. I think most people tell you like if it's an emergency, use it. Lynn's kind of like, I'm in my 20s, you know. He's actually pretty casual about like, you know. He looks over at Wiley. Wiley seems pretty happy, and he's an old dude. He's like, I doubt that I'd be the best person to cast it on, but yeah, I mean, if you think it's a good idea. I mean, you're the magic person, right?
Yes, it would certainly be a good idea. And I can cast it on all of us.
Do we all age by a year?
Yes.
You're gonna cast us right now?
No. But
Okay.
if we
Oh,
get
okay.
into combat against a tough monster, then perhaps.
Sure.
Vincent, you have your spells for the day prepared?
I do. Before the panel opens up completely, I'll do my standard alteration transmutation specialist of casting. It'll be the long cast times first of strength.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I do want to
Theodore
ask you: do you want me to scout before you do this? Because I don't know how long these things last.
No, because strength will last 6 hours, and
Got it.
and large will last 30 minutes.
Okay.
30 minutes. So I will
D8
cast.
strength.
Yeah, strength on both Vosi and Theodore. You guys can roll how much that increases your strength.
All right, roll a 2.
Not great this time, but not terrible. That's what, 15 strength, no bonus to hit, but less encumbrance.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Fine.
Both
I let out an
also
audible grunt. Urgh.
You're also both under the effects of enlarge.
Thank you.
Nice.
Okay, 60% bigger. Via rocking 17 strength temporarily. +1 to hit, +1 to damage. Theodore at 15 strength. You can just carry an extra bit of weight, no combat bonuses, but you're each 60% larger. So you have to be like standing on the deck of the ship when this spell is cast, otherwise you'd get trapped indoors. And then as the boat comes on in, I'm assuming we sail on in.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing we're going to
absolutely.
notice is that corpse of that first roper that was in here that killed everybody. The corpse is gone. It does not exist anymore.
Oh, that's bad.
Captain, I don't see the captain. Captain, where's the corpse?
Well, it's as I feared. There's more than just one roper in here, or more than just one monster in here.
What did
Do
the
they eat their
roper
own?
look like? Like, I just want to make sure this isn't like it looks like rock and then you move next to it and then it reveals it. Like, it's a very obvious monster, right? I asked this.
From my memory, it looked like a big blob that kind
Okay.
of stood up, and then it had little ropes that came out of the blob.
Okay, so very, very obvious. then.
Yeah.
Is it easy to see?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's about to be
I don't
easy
think
to
so.
see because
Oh, no!
they camouflage so very well.
Oh,
Oh, really?
And they're here. I would like Vincent, Captain, actually everybody in the party, roll me a d10 for surprise. Do not roll a 1, 2, or 3. Because obviously they're not here. There's obviously no creatures around you.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised.
I'm not surprised at all. Why would I be surprised?
The 2 new party members are the most alert. The ones who have gone through this before have looked around the chamber. They've assessed it to be the exact same as before, except for that roper's gone. So this chamber is safe because it looks exactly like I remember it. Unfortunately, that is not the case. There are 3 small ropers. These ones are a quarter, an eighth the size of the last one. Much, much, much smaller. And they appear as they attack the party as the boat pulls up. Before anyone really has a chance to hop off the boat, I'm just going to move it because it's blocking people's tokens. But the boat is in this spot right here. It's just a token blocking. As the ropers begin to move and prepare to launch their tentacles the party's way, will Jordan and Malkador please roll me initiative?
Which
Yeah.
I believe for a Longo is an 8, but I think I get a bonus because of my dex.
Nope.
No, okay. All right.
And perception
think
never
so.
impacts surprise at all, right?
It does actually. There should be a surprise adjustment under your perception score. Do you have very, very high perception, Via?
14.
So
So not.
fast.
I don't know if that's
No.
too high.
No,
So fast.
It'd have to be 16, probably.
I can't remember. Yeah.
I think the +1 arming sword gives you also a +1 to initiative, or a -1 because we want low. But I think it also increases your initiative speed. I think. We don't have to worry about it now. I think
I
this
don't
is like a random
think
roll somewhere.
so. I mean, maybe there's a
Okay.
lot of rules, but I don't recall.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Lynn, you are first to act. You are actually
Yes.
on the deck
Yep.
of a boat, not just standing over the water. You see these 3 ropers as they shift, about to launch their surprise attack, but you're on top of it, buddy. You could jump down, but this is on lower ground, or you could cross and walk onto the high ground over here. Your
I'm
call.
very relieved because I was about to take off all my armor and go scouting, so I've not done that yet, which is very nice.
Excellent.
So yeah, I'm just gonna take 2 shots with my longbow.
bow
On this
comes out.
one to this one over here.
All
one
right,
that's
the one on the
closest to
low
us.
ground. Your first shot plunks into
Yep.
the soft earth nearby. The second
Yeah.
shot should come at the end of the round.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
The same one over here will reach out with its tentacles, lashing them in your direction. Their attack roll is 11 to hit.
Nope.
Not
gonna
good
do
enough.
It. Dodge
The
out of the way.
next roper. Also, hey, you were also just conveniently close to this one. Tentacles
True.
come out. It's a 9, and the third roper is gonna go for Theodore with a 5. Their little tendrils sort of spring out towards you, much in the way a chameleon's tongue does. But they sort of land nearby, like reach around for you a little bit, and then start to like suck back in towards the quivering towers of flesh. Theodore, go ahead and take your turn. Brave Theodore.
So can I reach, like, squeeze through to get the one in the bottom left?
Yeah, you can push past
Or
the
is
people
that-
on the deck
yeah.
of the ship. Absolutely. The
And can I hit
tokens
it from the deck, or do I have to jump down?
You will have to jump down to do battle with it.
All right, I jump down.
Whoomp down onto the soft, silty soil. The water sort of laps at the edge of this place. The quivering mass of the roper stares at you. Its one big red eye, and its big, sharp teeth are revealed in their full form. Its body extends out like roots into the sand, while its stalagmite-type head pokes up in the air. Its teeth gnash.
I slash at it with my helming sword.
Whoosh! It's a 5. It's a wild miss. Lynn, please take your second shot.
Do you want to count the 10 from earlier, or do you want me to reroll?
No, reroll it, please.
Okay.
Wild miss.
Same as before. It doesn't matter.
Everybody,
You're killing it.
please roll initiative. Wiley hops into the shouting. Come on, lads and lasses, tear them to sunders. We got the big one once.
I'm sorry.
These ones are gotta be
No.
easy.
I'll roll it from my sheet. Sorry.
That's all right. You can just take that and add
Okay.
it manually.
I should have been at full health, right?
Yes, because you
Just making sure.
leveled, so you got more HP, right?
How do I add it manually?
And then timed jump, so I healed.
Oh, I see it. Never mind.
Yes. Time skip here. Full HP.
17.
Alrighty, the first of the ropers down here on the ground, once again going to extend its tendrils towards Lynn. With a 15 plus 3 to hit is an 18. Its tendrils
Yep.
will wrap round your body.
Absolutely.
And I believe there's a saving throw versus poison. Let me double check. I believe there's a saving throw versus poison or paralysis because it has... Each time a strand hits requiring a normal attack roll, the victim must make a saving throw versus poison or lose half its strength, fractions rounded down. Strength loss occurs 1d3 rounds after a hit, is cumulative, blah, 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 blah. Saving throw, please.
Okay. Which part is my saving throw on?
Combat tab, yellow box on the left
so-
side.
Found it.
Total success, not a problem.
Absolutely.
And yet it will still pull you. How far does it pull? 10 feet closer per round. There we go. So it grabs you and yoinks you 10 feet towards this, which kind of pulls you off the ship. You splash
Yeah,
into the
absolutely.
water, and then it like ropes you, pulling you
Yep.
up towards its big teethy mouth. This
Got
roper
it.
down here next to Theodore. Can it bite you because you're that close, or does it still need to strand you? when it reaches the roper, it's an automatic hit against a victim held by a strand. Okay, so it will just make a regular bite attack at you as the mass sort of like quivers one way and then forward, and the strands come out from one side and the teeth comes towards you, and it will make a bite attack against AC 16. 9 is a miss. Theodore, you are bound by the ropes. You are being pulled up. You technically have both arms free, but you're a little close to make a bow shot.
Oh, sorry. I'm using the arming sword.
You are using the arming sword. I got Theodore and Lynn mixed up. Theodore, you're on the ground next to the monster.
Yep. I swing my sword at it.
15
15.
hits. Your sword will slice into the body of this medium creature for 8 points of damage, almost killing it. It splits the top half of it up, it kind of flops back down. A weird ooze comes out of it as it lets out a sort
I'll
of
gut you
noise.
like a fish.
What was that?
I'll gut you like a fish.
Yes. It does smell a little fishy in here. Lynn, it's your turn. You do not have access
no.
to your... You
No,
have your arms
I rolled
free.
17, so that's not possible.
well then let's just change your initiative
yes,
and we'll
thank
come
you.
back down later. Vincent! Fireball! I see you rolled an initiative with Fireball.
I did. I'm not going to make the same mistake I did last time.
Absolutely.
Now, the question is, after doing... So, obviously, a wizard trained in Fireball will make sure to try not to hit his party with it.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm here in the water. I'm good, man.
Yeah.
Do I think if I aim it all the way over at that corner edge cliff, that the Fireball will split up to get the two ropers and not?
You'll definitely get the two ropers if you blast it back here. It'll probably fill this area. Whether or not Lynn gets hit, probably not. He's got the cliff for protection. You know, it's probably fine. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
As long as that's an honest assessment that I make, then sure.
It'll do, yeah, he'll get a saving throw for 0 damage, or on a failure, he'll take probably like quarter damage because he's just at the edge of it and around a little corner.
Cool, Fireball.
Please roll me 66 fire damage. And then I'll make saving throws for the monsters. 25 beautiful points of fire. Our monsters will make saving throws versus spell. A 16 and a 10 versus their saving throws of 16. One of them will pass, one of them will fail. This top one will take 25 points of damage and be utterly annihilated. This bottom one will take 12 points of damage and also be annihilated. Its strands loosen and Lynn will drop into the water. Lynn, are you wearing armor?
I am wearing armor, and
Oh,
I
no.
do not know how to swim.
Well,
No!
luckily you're next to a cliff face. Maybe it won't
Okay.
go badly.
Cool.
That
Cool.
roper
I'm also
is...
stuck to like a gecko thing that was actively pulling me, so I don't know if that's like.
So that might pull you down. It might weigh you down even more.
Well, it might pull me up where the corpse is.
It
Yeah.
might pull the corpse down on top of you, you mean?
Could.
Via, your turn has finally come around. Vincent has felled most of the monsters. With your glaive, which is a reach weapon, you could reach the guy on the low ground from the ship.
Without having to drop down, not get near the water.
It's a reach
Perfect.
weapon, yeah.
Okay. That's probably a fail.
That is indeed a fail. Yes, even with 1 for high ground, it is a fail. Lynn, guy in the
Yep.
water.
Yep.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to attempt to climb up this cliff face. I did make my saving throw. I'm taking quarter damage. Is that correct? Which I assume is 6.
Yes, I forgot to ask you for
Okay.
your saving throw, but you...
Yes, I did. I did make it failure. So I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to attempt to just climb up. Is that a climb check? Is that something that's automatic? How hard is that?
Well, you are next to the cliff, so I think a climb check is in order. It's normally a 40% chance to climb. I don't
Okay.
think you're not like moderately encumbered or anything.
No, I normally would be, but all of my bags are on the ship, so no. I just
Not
have
even lightly?
my, like,
Okay.
lightly I might be. Let me check that. Lightly maybe, because
If you fail,
all I have are just my like clothes and armor and stuff.
It's only 5% penalty for light encumbrance.
if you fail the check, would you fall in versus if you just stayed there, could one of us lift you up? That's a decision for you.
I don't know.
Well, if you yeah.
I was going to say I can swim, so if you, I might be able to help you out. But
You got to take off that armor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Start stripping
No,
while
I
you're
don't
fighting.
Even, I don't even think I would be lightly. I'd have to throw the quiver off my back. But if I throw the quiver off my back, I would not even be lightly encumbered. Which, I mean, to be fair, like I think things are just like jostling around. I would be fine with losing literally all of my arrows at this point.
yeah, you know, I bet the
Like,
arrows have floated out of your quiver to begin with once you fall in the water.
Yeah, and also I'm like going for the dagger. Like I'm not worried about like, oh, this is the +3 longbow, I have to keep it. Like I'm just tossing it aside, grabbing my dagger, and just trying to stab this roper. So I think, I think I've lost my longbow and my arrows. I think I'm climbing.
Without your longbows and arrows, you are still encumbered. You are still at light.
Oh, am I?
Yes, by a good 7 pounds. I
check.
think.
Are you including the fact that I no longer have any of my random stuff?
Oh, I don't know what your random stuff is.
So-
Probably not then. Everything in your backpack.
I have, yeah.
Okay, yeah. If we take
I
off the
have
backpack,
thread,
you're fine.
I
yeah.
have, yeah.
Well, make me your climb check. It's 40%.
Sure.
40 or
Oh,
lower
I
on a
don't-
D100.
I don't think Theodore accounted for the enlarged 1.6 times damage.
Oh, you're totally right.
Yeah, there you go, Lynn. You scale up this wall, pulling yourself. Your arrows and bow float on the water behind you as you
Yeah.
pull yourself up. Theodore, you were supposed to do additional 1.6 off of the 5. 5 times 1.6 is an additional 3 points of damage, which actually does kill the roper. Very good catch,
Enlarge is
Vincent.
amazing.
And I think with that, with but a single round of combat, the ropers are gone. And the tomb, the grave, the underground passage, whatever this is, the inertial actuator, is once again quiet.
Oh, that wasn't so bad. How did that other guy end up dying?
Well, it's the first one's easy, but now I'm out of fireballs.
Ah,
So hopefully we don't face off against more of these.
Also,
I
these
try
were
to-
the baby. There was a papa. There was a bigger one.
Wait,
Yeah.
these aren't the vicious monsters that you were talking about, which killed a man. It was a monster that was worse than this, and I'm like putting out the fire that's currently in my hair.
That's right.
Okay. How did I? No, never mind. Okay. I just go through and just like stab these a couple times really quick, just like making sure that they're actually dead.
Yeah. They seem pretty
they have,
dead.
like-
They seem pretty roasted. Their bodies look like very charred, you know?
Okay.
And
yeah.
the sections
Yeah.
of them that weren't hit by the fire look quite moist, like almost slug-like moist. And the parts of them that have been exposed to the fire are just like crisped, charred.
Okay.
Does the rest of the party disembark?
Back with the party really quick.
Yep.
And since some of your spells are time dependent, how quickly are we moving, right? Strength is a very long time. Enlarge is half an hour. How much time do we spend inspecting these bodies versus like rushing in while Enlarge is still in effect?
I don't think we have to
like
rush.
Stab.
I think 30 seconds to a minute is enough to look at these
Perfect.
bodies.
Yeah, they seem to be deadsies. It's fine.
I guess right there.
should be careful. There might be more, and they're difficult to see.
Yeah, Wiley, would you do us the honors of holding our torch?
He takes
think
his
he
one
can.
good hand. He picks up the torch, the lantern that you have.
Yep.
And there you go.
Well then, further in.
All right.
It's
Oh, can I? I'm like, does anybody here know how to swim? Can you grab my arrows and my bow really
sure.
quick? I can't really
Are they-
fight without my weapons.
Well, Theodore, you'll have to take off your armor if you want to go swimming and gather up all of that stuff.
True.
Otherwise, you'll just sink, and that'll be
Unless we
like
have a
5 minutes to take it
spare
off. And
Bow on the ship, I say, looking at Vincent.
Do we have a net?
I don't think she came.
yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Our previous party mate was a fisherman and died around here. Is his stuff around here?
His body is also missing, as so are all of his possessions.
Oh, that means there's good loot. That means there's good loot.
Let me check if we took his net up on board. I don't think we did.
You know, it seemed like you were concentrating on spells this morning. Could we just leave this cave, set anchor, pull these corpses back so they don't get eaten, and then just come back tomorrow?
Lynn, sneak down quietly down this passageway and tell us what's down there.
I can absolutely do that. It will take a bunch of time for me to take my armor off, but I'm absolutely willing to do that. I start taking off my armor.
Alright.
How long does it take to take off stud leather armor? I think it's a long
I start
time.
helping. I will help. I'll start
Yeah, sure.
doing the
I
back,
think that
do
actually
the
does
shoulder.
reduce it by half. Yeah, I think that does half
With
it.
help, it does have it. Absolutely. Someone has read the rules. If only.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, because you have to
leather
have
armor
this.
hurts
you have
so
to
much
have
for
this-
stuff.
All the armor takes a long time to take on and take off. Yeah.
I mean, does it hurt that much for stealth purposes?
I thought leather was fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
It matters. It
And
matters
is it-
a lot.
is it just your boots, or I guess it's everything?
No,
You
it's
can't just take
everything.
off your
Like,
boots
I
and
have
be
to.
silent, yeah.
Yeah, he also
Oh.
wears like clothes. Like
I take it all back. The leather armor that you guys are wearing can come off in in 2 rounds. So with help,
Stud
1
leather?
round. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Easy peasy.
Yep. Take that off. Put like a shirt on, and then just start walking forward.
You
don't
gotta
let
wear
me
a
sound
shirt
like
under
shit.
your leather armor, otherwise you're just gonna be like one big chafe.
Okay. All right. Cool.
yeah.
Cool. Then he just walks forward.
Now, what are you using for light source? Because it gets dark in that tunnel real fast.
I do have a candle that I could use, but the whole point of being a scout is that, you're not obvious, that's
Mhm.
this is why I do these things.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna do something which is I'm going to have a candle, because I have a candle in my inventory, and I'm going to light that off of the torch. And then I have 5 small bells. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss a bell, like just kind of chuck it down and just listen to hear if like anything obvious happens with it. Like anything like
Yeah.
slaps the wall to try to attack it.
Yeah. You toss the bell in. It tinkles as it rolls, coming to a stop within eyesight, like 35 feet away, just before the
Yep.
corridor curves.
Mhm.
Seems fine. Doesn't look like anything has reacted to it yet.
All right. Gonna keep moving forward a little bit.
Creepy, creepy, sneaky, sneaky. You can get right up to where that bell was without any problems. You can
Right
pick up.
here, we're gonna try to bank shot one where we kind of like just put 3/4 cover, just moving the arm around the curve, just try to toss it over again, just listening for like anything that's like sounds like a human like slapping their arm against a wall. Like I'm not going for like a listen to noise check here. I'm going for like something obvious, like something that like doesn't even require a perception check. Like obviously there's something attacking it.
Yeah. Well, you bank shot the bell around the corner and you hear it hit something and then roll to a stop.
Okay. I'm gonna pause for like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, half a round. Assuming I don't hear or see anything, we're gonna move diagonally right here.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna place the candle down here and then like look around the corner.
Yeah, the light from the lantern that Wiley holds and the lantern that's on the ship, shines down to here. You're gonna add a little candle.
Mm-hmm. Is it a bullseye lantern?
It's a hooded lantern.
Okay. I ask if I can I just have that? Do you guys care if I take that real quick?
That's fine.
All right, cool. I'm gonna put the lantern down right here. Actually, I'm gonna keep the candle in my hand.
All right, candle stays in your hand. Wiley will, you'll go back, get the lantern from Wiley.
Yep. Okay.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
You can
we're just
hang the lantern out and maybe peer around the corner. That should give you a decent view of what's beyond, although the rest of the party standing back cannot see what is...
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna look over back to the party and be like, okay, this corner looks fine. You guys can come up here. And then, pick up my bell, and then I'm gonna start moving along this way.
Mm-hmm.
The goal here is for me to be like around any corners. I'm gonna be the first one to go, but just be matching up on quarters so the party can still see what's happening.
Yeah, I think it's right here. Nice little stop right here where bad things strike.
Okay.
From the edge of the light, I think there's probably penalties because it's coming from darkness, but bonuses because you're sort of expecting danger. I think they're going to be maybe advantageous to you slightly. Give me a D10 for surprise with a bonus of 1, because you are, really thinking about this, but it's deeply camouflaged, and your light is kind of basking against a wall. And so as it moves, you can react in time well enough not to be surprised by this thing out here.
Sure.
And you can roll initiative against it as it begins to move.
Okay. I would like to declare that I'm taking the dodge action, which I don't remember what that does in this game. I know
it's a bonus based on, I think it's 1 plus 1/3 your level or something.
Okay, so 2. Okay.
Yeah. And our roper will reach out, because if you're just dodging, then it goes. You give a cry.
Oh, well, no, I thought this was round based, so I'm dodging and going back.
Dodge is a no move action. Yeah, so it's 2E, total defense, parry, dodge, whatever you want to call it. It's a no move. I'm just avoiding things. If you would like to roll into initiative with an action, then we should roll against the creature.
Then I would like to roll against the creature.
Alrighty.
Would you like me to re-roll that 8 or?
No, you're just moving. That's fine. That's it.
Okay.
That's the number to roll.
Yep. See that, come towards me, move back towards the party, and I say, actually, did I see how large it was?
Yeah, it looks like a small one.
Okay. I say, okay, there's a small one up there. And also for
wait,
party
please move your
awareness.
token. Where do you go?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where?
Yeah, absolutely. I go right here in the middle of the group, and I say, there's a small one down there. I don't know how smart these things are, but and also for the party would see I'm scorched by a fireball and look to be at roughly half health. But I'm
shoot it with an arrow.
As you're reporting back, having come round the corner,
sure,
you've unfortunately. Wait. Can it get an angle?
Can it?
It's a.
I feel like it should
it's a
take some
huge
heavy
penalty.
minuses.
Yeah, it's behind 3/4 cover. It's a terrible, terrible attack roll that this thing is making, but it does send one of its strands. Does it have the length?
Is it flat, the ground, Neal?
Yes, the ground is flat. You're out of range. Actually,
are these
Bummer.
steps not here?
Those steps are there. I mean, this is otherwise flat, but there's a slight rise, about 5 feet.
Sure, absolutely.
4 feet. It's actually outside of range for you.
Okay.
So you will just see a tendril kind of come in the direction of where the lantern is. Probably
I
actually
step back.
grabbing.
If it's trying to attack us.
Does it grab the lantern?
No, it lands right next to the lantern. Actually, you have the lantern. It's just somehow not attached to your character. It lands in the darkness. You back up. And
I did leave one of them there, so it could hit either the candle or the lantern. I did leave one.
You're carrying a candle and a lantern in each hand. You just drop one.
Well, no, I was like stopping one as I was like going along. So I was carrying the candle, but I was setting the lantern down as I was moving along. Lynn's trying to figure out if these things are intelligent or not. So
we should roll initiative because all of a sudden time is a huge factor. Everybody, please roll. 5, 13, 6 for the Monstar.
Almost there. There we go.
Speed 3. Okay. 4.
Excellent rolls here, party. All right, Lynn, you are first up.
Yeah, Lynn's thinking, we're not in combat right now. We're figuring out how stuff works. So he takes another bell out and he tosses it down that hallway to see if the roper will attack the bell.
Great.
Because
Vincent.
He's thinking that maybe they'll do that.
Cool. Take a cue from Lynn here and just be at the ready with my darts. I'm basically planning to rush in and fire darts if someone else does, and if not, I'm just gonna chill here.
Okay. Baya, it's your turn.
I was just gonna wait until it came around the corner, but I feel like we're gonna play this game for forever.
Lynn doesn't say this, but we need to get a cat. Lynn does not say that though, or dog, but preferably a cat because
Like that's
dogs
better.
are. Yeah,
Dog is better.
I'd rather
with the
sacrifice
enemy?
the cat. Yes. Lynn does not say that though. Lynn would not say that.
Vaya, you just chilling? You going forward?
I'll take the. Can I take the lantern?
Yeah, I just hand it to you.
You have
Okay, and then I'll-
a glaive in 2 hands and a lantern?
Can I have a glaive in one, a lantern in the other, and then drop the lantern if I want to attack, or no? I'll just. Well,
Did
I wanna
the
bring
robots
the
have
light.
eyes?
If you drop the lantern in like a, oh my god, there's an enemy, I'm going to fight it right now, we'll make a saving throw to see if it breaks or goes out. But if you're just like walking down the hallway, you could set it down at a point. How about that?
yeah, I'll take it with me and just set it down. I'll just move a little bit closer and set it, and I'll just stay right here.
All right. Set it down right in front of you, something like that?
Yeah.
Perfect. And Theodore.
What do you see, Vaya?
I think it's retreated. I can't see it from here.
Alright, I creep forward a bit. I see mine, so I cannot see it. So I'll proceed up to... Just to be
Does the
side by
roper
side.
have eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it. One eye.
Okay, they
Think
did.
in the middle.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay. Yeah.
And initiative.
Yeah, it sounds like the party is just creeping forward. Okay, it sounds like there was maybe some wanting of chatter as we're gently creeping forward. And no one's been attacked yet. Any conversation to happen as we group stealth down this hallway?
Well, fascinating. You've learned that ropers are intelligent.
Yeah, they're intelligent at least to some degree. That's good to know. Yeah, we should definitely take those corpses back and do something so that they don't, like... You killed one, and now there's a bunch of small ones, so I don't know if it, like, splits off and then regroups into, like, one big roper again or something. I don't know how monsters work, really.
Oh, it seems strange. I would just figure that this is a lair with ropers in it.
Maybe. Yeah, very possible.
Can you creep forward with your bow at the ready, and I'll creep right behind you with the light, and we can just see how far down we get?
Both ready. Yes, I can. meta-wise, that is way worse than you creeping forward, but that is why I made Lynn, so he'll do it.
No, we cannot. If that.
Yeah, meta-wise,
creep
it's way
forward
worse
as a party.
because Lynn has less HP, and there's not an opportunity here to do like move in shadows because you need like comparative things here, and he's the one moving the light, so it's not like he can't move in shadows while also carrying a thing that says, "Here, this is who I am."
It was less about being sneaky and more about you getting the first attack off as soon as you see it.
Sure.
But I'll have like.
I
the
mean,
light.
I can just stand behind, like bow at the ready, at least for a few minutes.
Just don't hit
at
me.
least. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For
So go ahead and position your tokens how you want them. I think we're going. Oops, wrong character. One in front, and then one behind, right? Like that, and the rest of the party.
I don't think I'm in front anymore. I think I'm behind since I was scorched by the fireball.
Something like this.
Yeah, Vaya, are you
Yeah.
taking the lead here?
I really wish I had a shield.
If this conversation takes more than 2 minutes, Lynn is putting his armor on, by the way.
Yeah, the conversation does seem to be taking some time.
Yeah.
You go
Okay, I
back
put
and
my armor on.
grab your armor, you start donning
Got
it
it.
again. The creature
Yeah.
hasn't appeared, it hasn't attacked. Everything should be fine. It's all fine.
Lynn, what size? How big was that? Was that the same one you saw previously, or was it bigger than?
Out of game, I don't remember because I didn't look at the token and I just
Okay.
ran. But Lynn
I think
may
it's just-
know in game.
Size.
Same size? Would your?
I
It
think
wasn't
it's-
a big one. It wasn't a big one.
Okay, well we have strength. All right, let's creep forward a little bit more.
Excellent. The party creeps. I'm just going to move us forward a little bit to speed this
Sure.
process up.
Okay.
Something like this, I believe, is how we would be approaching this area. I'm just going
Yeah.
to give you a lantern token. That'll be easier.
Sure.
Yeah, there we go. Via with the lantern, you can see that you're approaching like a raised area. Instead of being an old, just sort of tunnel, you're coming across worked stone, staircases, cobblestones, walls. You're in some part of ancient civilization.
It doesn't go anywhere this way, right? That's blocked. Okay.
Looks pretty, yeah.
I will stick my head out and just look around. Okay, it looks like we're good up until at least this next corner. Wait, can I do a perception to see if there's any still like steel ones in this room that are hidden?
Yeah. Give me a perception
Okay.
check, Via.
You could stick your arm out and then see if it goes for your arm, and you'd have like 3/4 cover.
That or just the glaive head or something.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second.
I
Wrong
don't know.
page.
I don't
Here
know
we
how
go.
smart these things are. Yeah. They're
I don't see
somewhat
anything.
intelligent.
You haven't seen them any time that they've been here.
Yeah.
Everything looks like a monster, and everything looks like not a monster.
I'm like super jumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's sneak up to here.
This area. Actually, never mind.
I'm
Oh,
going
good.
in lockstep with Via.
Okay. So this looks like a gap. Could anything make it through that right there? Not a person size, but could something
Are you talking
smaller?
about this gap right here?
Yeah.
Maybe mouse-sized.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I'd like to polymorph into
Well,
a
tendril
mouse and go
size.
through it.
Can I look through it beyond over here?
Yeah, you can
Well,
sort
I
of
guess the only
press up to it. A little bit of light will shine through. You
Oh.
can see there's a room beyond. The ground to your left is sort of damp and hard packed. The solid wall to your right is nice and stony. This whole area gives you the vibes of like someone has excavated this or worked through it. It looks like it was intentionally uncovered, if somewhat haphazardly.
I'm going to
Okay.
toss a bell through there. If a mouse can fit, then tiny bell should be able to fit, right?
You throw a bell. Blink.
Yeah. Does anything happen? Does anything like go for the bell?
The bell just hits the ground and goes quiet. Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. All right.
Okay. I stand in this front, and then I'll stick my glaive into this next square and just see if anything happens.
Nothing happens.
And then I'll do it from here and stick my glaive over here.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
There's perfect. Via,
Oh, no.
you've rolled a natural 1 on your perception check, which is beautiful. What you see before you is a rock blocking this area, like, kind of a mound of rock. But that's not a mound of rock, Via. No.
Oh, no.
Please take 1 step back.
Oh, no.
What appears to be a rock is actually a roper at point blank range who will throw his tendrils directly at you from point blank range with surprise, which is going to be a 15 plus 3 plus 1 for surprise. Is definitely a hit. Its tendrils will wrap around you at point blank range and pull you towards it. Your body blocks this narrow cavern, making it almost impossible for anyone behind you to reach the creature in front of you. Please make me a saving throw versus poison or lose half your strength.
Where's that macro?
Top left of the everything. Click on your token, 1 dot saving throw.
Sorry, there we go. Paralyze, you said poison?
That's it. Paralyzation, poison, and death magic. You
dead.
Lose half your strength. Instead of you're at 17, you're back at 8 strength.
Not awful.
Well, I guess that's down by 1, huh? And we should reroll initiative now because you have been grabbed by the beast, who is going to give you a little bite, an auto hit bite.
How tall is the cave?
The area here is not very tall, maybe 6 feet at most. It's definitely been like carved out, and this is like a little narrow channel and passage that connects between different sections.
How tall is Via?
5'2".
Oh, sorry. 5'2", yeah.
How tall is the Roper?
Shorter than that. It's probably the very, very top of its quivering little thing might be like 5'4", but the bulk of its mass is low to the ground.
Would I have dropped the lantern? Would it have? Are we in the dark right now? Would it have
I think
exploded?
you've got like glaive and lantern and you're shining, and then a rope comes and like throws itself around your waist and pulls you towards it, and I think on your turn you can decide what to do with your lantern.
Okay.
Vincent, you're at the back of the party. The only person behind you more is Wiley. You've got your darts in your hands. You can hear the party in front of you. Ah, Roper! What are you doing, Vincent?
There was a light shown at this side passage first. Does it look like it would perhaps go above where Via is now?
I didn't quite follow that conversation.
There was this side excavated passage, or are we going down it?
This is the area that the party is going. This is the little cat or mouse-sized break in between, which doesn't seem like a person could squeeze through.
Oh, okay. It doesn't look like it would connect back.
No.
Cool. There's too many people in the way. I think I just...
Yeah.
Any way to squeeze up there and throw a dart at this thing?
No. It's way too tight. It's a perfect chokehold for a defensive monster. I'm so sorry, Vincent. Via, you're grabbed. Your strength is lowered. What are you doing with this lantern?
Can I throw it behind me and have a chance someone will catch it? Or I'll just drop it and then we'll see what happens to it.
Perfect. Let me just roll a d20. Hold on, I'm adjusting the lanterns. It is a natural 1. You drop the lantern and it tips on its side.
I have a candle. I have a candle.
Okay, so we have some light.
That is
We have
true.
some light. I have a candle.
Where did I put that candle?
And I was very specifically, so I don't, if it's fine if I haven't done this already because this was, surprise. But I was very specifically like going up and setting it in front of me, and then going up and then setting it in front of me.
All right. So here is the candle that you've been carrying in your hand as we've been walking. I think that's only 5 feet of dim light. It should be 10 feet of dim light.
Okay. That helps a lot. That helps a lot more. That helps a lot more.
There's
10 feet.
barely any light in here. You've got it in one hand. If you set it down and there's all these feet moving around, it's bound to get kicked over in this environment.
Yeah, absolutely. But helps.
It does.
Helps at least.
Yes.
What's the penalties for dim light?
It depends on how dim it gets. But Via, what are you doing? You've dropped the lantern. It falls awkwardly, bouncing off things. It goes out. You're held by this creature. You're way too close to it to use your glaive because it's like pulling you on top of it. Its big teeth
I was
are opening
saying-
to bite your stomach out.
If my glaive is pointed forward, which it would be, and it's pulling me, it feels like it should pull the glaive into itself. 'Cause
Perhaps.
the glaive's going to be in front of me.
But like it was a rock, what you thought was a rock on the ground, and so your glaive was
True.
probably not pointed like at the rock. It's probably up towards the ceiling or forward a little bit so you can snake through. And then
Oh, it
again-
doesn't grow up? It doesn't grow? It's
I
like
mean,
it's
it
pretty
shifts,
small?
and the top of it kind of like
Okay.
pops up, and your glaive is out there somewhere. But it's a lot. It's a reach weapon, and you are in close quarters combat. The one time a glaive is useless is when you're like when you're being grappled by another creature.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. You must have a sidearm, right? You always carry a backup weapon.
Do
Baya.
you?
Do you?
Do you?
I mean, most people do.
Do you?
Do you not have a backup of it?
I am
has a
just going to
dagger.
push forward as hard as I can, and I'm just going to push it into the next room, and everyone's coming with me, hopefully.
That's the way to do it. You don't need to make an attack roll because you are grappled by it. Give me that strength check, D20 plus 8 versus the monster's strength. You got to beat a 20. All you got to do is succeed. All you got to do is succeed.
Please.
Just roll well, just roll well, just roll well.
Please.
Oh.
Not good enough. You shove the
Can
creature.
y'all push into me?
Maybe on their turn, the roper automatically succeeds on a bite against you as you try to shove into it. It will do 4 points of damage. It's just a little roper. You know, it's just a baby. It's not gonna.
Did it do damage the last bite?
It roped you last round. It didn't bite you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you'll take 4 here. And Lynn, you're behind her. You've got
Yeah.
the candle, which I
Yep.
think is in your hand.
Sure.
What are you gonna do?
If the candle's in my hand, then that would actually increase my initiative by 1 because I'd be doing something else. But because I want to climb up with one arm and then chuck a dagger with the other one, so I would have to set the candle down to do that.
If you set the candle
but-
down in this fray with this amount of movement, it will almost
Okay.
100%
I'm
chance
not,
go
yeah,
out.
Then I'm not willing to do that, and then I think I just spend this turn like trying to do stuff, and it's just not going to work out. I do know what I want to do next turn. though.
Okay. You fumble around for a minute. Theodore.
Actually, can I say something on my turn?
Yeah, of course.
I say to Via, like, yeah, shove him forward. I'll get the lantern back up, but just shove him forward as hard as you can.
You
Or
could
cut
spend-
me free.
You could recover and relight the lantern since you already have a lit candle.
Then that's exactly what I do.
There
I
we
just
go.
recover and relight the lantern. Set it on
You
the
relight the
ground. Yeah.
lantern. You're holding
Yep.
a lantern in one hand and a candle in the other. Your dagger's at your side. Theodore,
Yep, sure.
there's a little bit of room in front of Lynn if you want to become next in the Congo line of death.
One thing, Neal. Via had decreased strength from the failed save, right? That
Yeah.
occurs D3 turns.
Oh, you are right. It does
okay.
occur in 1d3 turns.
Is it delayed?
It is actually a delayed strength drain. I
Oh.
called it out at the very beginning of the combat, and then I forgot all about it. Via, what was your
Interesting.
strength roll that you made?
Oh,
13?
It was a 5,
So
and your
that
strength
would
is
be-
normally 18, so that should be actually a success.
That was-
Good job, Theodore.
Thank you, Theodore. I'm going to give you
Nice.
a high five later.
Yeah,
That's live first.
Okay.
nice.
No. if we
Go ahead,
survive.
Theodore. Take your turn from here. We'll just say that Lynn did the same lanterning thingy because
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah. Us will add Wiley into all of this.
Yeah.
So I can't attack with my glaive. Can I use it to cut, or it's essentially useless? When I'm this close to
When you're
anything?
this close, the glaive
Yeah.
is too useless, yeah.
Okay.
You don't even have a dagger? A knife?
I don't want to talk about it.
Wow. Wow. All right.
Yeah, the tattoo, yeah.
I'm going for mastery in glaive. I don't want all these other things to distract me.
I understand. Vincent, you come round the corner, maybe. I don't know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
You can see Vaya is being pulled by this rope-like creature. You've got your darts in your hands.
What do I believe the chances of our hitting this roper versus the allies?
They're pretty low. I was reading a book, one of the rule books recently, and there's a rule that applies to you that I have recently re-uncovered from these old dusty tomes about firing into melee. There is, in one of the expanded rule books, an additional rule that says if you're firing into melee and you want to hit your target without hitting your allies, you can do it at a -4 to hit, and you don't have to worry about the target. It's a called shot. So if you make your attack at -4, we don't have to do the you might hit an ally thing. This is a great rule. It should have been in the original book, but it was tucked away in a later additional book.
Fantastic. I love learning about that. All right, so called shot. So take 4 off of this roll.
Absolutely. It's a 9, it's a miss, but good try. You'll get 2 more darts at the end of the round.
Cool.
Theodore, you're already on the flank. You've got the +1.
Yeah, I swing again.
Do I believe that I could go to this side of the room without getting hit by the roper? To
Yes.
Make room? Okay, cool.
23.
23 is a critical hit.
Nice.
Roll me double damage.
Am I so enlarged?
Yes.
Yes.
2d8
Okay.
times 1.6 plus 2 for specialization and 1 for magic.
Nice.
Hold on, 2d8 times 1.6. And plus what, sorry, 3?
Plus 3, yeah.
Yeah.
12 damage. Excellent. Whoosh. You cut deeply into the roper. Wiley hurries up alongside. He takes a look at Lynn. What are you doing in the back, you cowardly bastard?
I
Hurry
only have
forward.
1 action per turn, Wiley.
I
I'm
only
sorry.
got 1 foot, he says as he stumbles into the combat zone. But
Neal, enlarged as damage is rounded up.
it says rounded up? My God,
Yeah.
the rules lawyering is amazing. 1 more point of damage. Well done. This is how you do it. Wiley gets up in close. He'll take a stab with his main hand past Vaya. It's a 12. It's not good. Well, 13 with the flank is not good enough to hit. The roper lets go of Vaya. It turns its quivering mouth in the direction of Theodore. It reaches out with its big teeth. Chomp! It criticals Theodore for 4d4 damage. 8 points brings Theodore to 1 HP.
Oh my gosh.
That
Chomp.
saved you.
Wow.
Vincent
Does Wiley
saved
get a
you.
back attack for it turning its back to it?
Yes,
Ooh, flank.
yes, it does. Oh my God, someone that knows the rules. It's the most powerful buff you can have. Wiley misses, unfortunately. Vaya, you've been freed from the roper. Vincent's request to re-roll HP, otherwise you wouldn't have hired him, saved your life. This happened before the campaign started. He had 8. Vincent asked for a re-roll. He got 9. We kept it. It was enough, though. Vaya, you can use that glaive now. But you
gonna hit anything.
can't, though. You can't. Vincent, go ahead and throw your extra darts. You get 2 more attacks.
All right, I'll roll at -4.
Get him.
Yes. Do it.
Yes.
At
That's crit, right?
-4, it's still a crit. Please roll me an additional 1d3 points of damage.
Nice.
Okay.
So close. It's just
No.
barely alive.
Oh.
Last attack, Vincent.
Come on.
It's still a hit.
Yes.
Ah!
And it dies. It
One?
crumbles
Yes.
before you. The roper, dead.
Nice.
Glorious wizard with his darts.
Seeing the fresh wound on
Oh.
poor Theodore here, I'll apply my medicine
Oh,
to
yes, do
him
it.
and
Healing
heal for
proficiency.
1d3.
You got to make the proficiency check first, but yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Can you do this multiple times per combat?
Once
per
per wounded creature per
Yeah.
day.
Oh, okay.
Off
Okay.
by 1. So close. By the time you get the healing kit out, it's you can patch it up, but he's not going to regain anything. But but good.
Now
to
imagine
tempt.
if you were making all of those rolls with like a -3 to hit or something for dim light.
Oh, I needed to make a 21?
21 to succeed.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Well, it's a 50-50. You got a plus 11. Oh, plus 11 minus 2. Okay. It's a 40%.
Very good.
Here we are in
Are-
this
are we-
obviously worked stone area.
Are we continuing forward? I say from like back
I don't.
here.
I don't think I can continue, Captain.
I s-
What say you?
Do you have a ranged weapon on you, Theodore?
No, a dagger. I could throw a dagger. That's about it.
You can throw 2 daggers per round. It's pretty good.
That's fine. You're on dagger throwing duty then.
I've only got one.
You're on the dagger throwing. You can carry the torch. Don't worry.
Via, do you want the... Oh, sure, I give him the torch then. Or I give him the lantern.
Okay.
I'm going to speed some things up here. There are no more monsters to encounter. You will carefully and slowly search the area, but it's going to be okay. It was just the mama and the 4 babies. The mama did the fishing, but now she's dead, and now the babies are dead. Here is the area you are exploring. It is fairly small. You'll need to keep the lantern burning, of course.
Yeah.
It used to be some sort of thing. It's clearly been buried and then excavated. There are a lot of bones in here. There's a lot of corpses in here. Some of the corpses, I mean, the corpses are all, it's just, you know, bones with chew marks at this point. But there's scattered fabric, which looks new. There's even like white and black fabric that looks like it belongs to agents of the Vosi Empire. But there's also old bones, very old bones. Lots of fish, little skeletons in here, most of them damaged and destroyed. But as you look around it, you will find one little, like you'll find little piles of treasure where these creatures have just excreted their waste. And you'll find some old stuff. There's a lot of interesting things in here. In addition to the corpses and the piles of money that just go through to the digestive tract and then plop back out, you're going to find against this wall over here is a 5x5 grid of, well, most of them have like little pieces of fabric filled with beeswax or something over them, but the 7 that don't are these like cylindrical tubes that extend into and slightly down into the wall, as if you could like slide something down in there or pull something out of there, and they come out a little bit with just like a little ring, a little collet that comes around the top, so that way the, what is this, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18 that aren't open have like a little piece of cloth filled with beeswax that's tied around. A common way to just keep something airtight, cloths with beeswax.
Ooh.
And there is writing in an ancient language on the top of this area. And a little, over a little archway, there's some writing and some runes marked into it. But also, as you're looking through this area, you're going to find a bunch of gold. Some gold pieces are just lying on the ground. There is a single, like, very, very old rope that has a whole bunch of gold coins on it. Like someone has punched a hole in gold coins, or they were made with holes in them, and then strung a string or a rope through it to carry the gold on the string or rope. There's a similar one filled with silver, and then there's one that's just like a chunk of like copper that is all corroded together. You'll find additional silver, copper, and gold scattered around through the various bone piles. There are weapons, some bits of armor scattered around. But what stands out amongst all of these things are a dagger that looks brand new and a rosewood quarterstaff with bronze tip and head, which are also still looking surprisingly fresh and brand new. And can I get a perception check from everybody in the party, please?
Absolutely.
Can we get multiple successes or a 30, 24, 22, and a 20? So close, but multiple successes will do here. Oh, I see 2 of those were from Via. Gotcha.
Sorry, my bad.
No, it's all good. You done everything right. You will find an old, dusty tome that's just sort of like, sitting around. And you will find a pair of wands. One is made out of some sort of metal, looks like iron or steel of some kind. And the other one is a long strand of silver with like a little spiraling inlay of gold along it.
Wow, this looks like it was quite the find.
Lynn doesn't ask this because he's currently distracted by other stuff, but how does treasure get distributed? Like
standard mercenary contract is you're getting paid,
okay.
and then the person who hires you gets all the wealth. That's the standard route that I think you signed with Vincent.
Okay.
But you're free to push back against that. I mean, he wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Mm-hmm.
If Lynn finds out about the dagger, then he's like, I use a dagger. Is it a magic dagger?
This looks like it could be magical. You mentioned you had some appraising ability. Do you believe you could tell if it was magical off of that?
You know what? Perhaps. Now, I will rules lawyer here. I think appraising represents a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I think appraising represents a knowledge base that one has. Like, I think that I would be able to appraise the copper. I think that the thing that I know here is that here's a situation where something should corrode and it's not corroded. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that Lynn has enough to say like, oh, it's a +2 magic dagger, or it ignites on impact. Like, I think he has no clue like what the effects are, but I think his appraisal skill gives him here enough to say this is magical. There is something magical going on here, assuming there's no like beeswax on it or something.
Absolutely.
Weird that, like,
everything in
prevents
this
it
area
from
is
corroding.
damp and dusty.
Everything
that could corrode should corrode. And this dagger has a steel blade. It has a large pearl pommel. It has a hilt that's made out of wood, but it's been wrapped with some sort of like mixed metal, like some sort of biometallic cord that wraps around it.
Mm-hmm. Vincent, could you study this? Wizards are able to find out things about magic stuff, right? Like, could you look into this and see what it does?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the process. Is there a particular spell that is used for this?
The identify spell.
Identify.
Yeah. It's not on my spell list.
It's not, no.
Dang.
The other method outside of that would be if there's a place of great knowledge. Good academics have spent their lifetimes recording the descriptions of magical items and what they do. And if you've come across the right description, maybe you can just figure it out. The prudent wizard will always keep notes about their magic stuff, so in case they forget because they haven't used it, or they die and their apprentice inherits it, it's always good to have notes.
Okay. Lynn will take the dagger and start using it, but as soon as we can find a wizard that has the identify spell, we'll try to get it.
Yeah, when we gather all this stuff up, I'll cast Detect Magic as well, which might help.
Just verify.
Well.
Yeah, especially if there's something weird on it, right? Like if there's like necromancy or something. That's the main thing that I want to know.
Before the Detect Magic, could you read what that thing is above the...
Yeah, can I try?
I'm going to call it a scroll cabinet, but it might not be one.
The ancient text. Now, you have a read languages. That's bits and pieces that you've come across. You've been living in Alba for a long time, but that's not where you're from. It's not impossible that you've come across ancient text, but I am going to give you like a 50% penalty. So read languages at half strength, because this is very unlikely.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah, not 50 percentage points, but 50% of your...
Got it. Any bonus for high int that we want to introduce here now?
No.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
No, yeah, you're doing great. See, you
That's what
just
I
make
need.
all your rules.
That's
It
what
doesn't
I need.
matter.
I'm the best. I'm the best linguist alive. I'm the best. Now I will note, Lynn put every single point into this that he could into this. And by the rules, you can't do every single point, but you can do 30 at level 1 and 15 for every level thereafter. So he needed to put exactly as much into this as he did to be able to read that wall. So I think this is like, Doctor Strange looks through all the possible worlds and it's like, oh, there's this thing and then there was this thing. And he's like literally thinking about like all of the weird jobs he's been on where it's like, oh, you need to forge this document from Solemn and you need to forge this document from here. And he's like pulling together all the knowledge because this is like, this is the maximum of his capabilities.
Right. And these old words, they come from a language that, is the originator of the languages that you speak of, Aerodonian. That's like reading Latin when you can speak, when you know a little bit of French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese. And so you can understand the roots of these words. It's only 3 words. One of them is like a possessive, like one attribute belongs to the other. One is a noun that is like staff or stick or rod or pole or like, a scepter, like a rigid thing from which you derive a lot of your other staff-like words. And the last word is something about like annulment or canceling or undoing or stopping, halting. It's some sort of like scepter or stick or rod of annulment or cancellation or cessation.
Yeah, I give all this to Vincent. I try to explain it. I say, I look at the scepter or the stick that we just got that appears to be magical, and I say, is perhaps that's this? Would that fit into one of these slots?
Do you touch the stick on the ground?
I don't. I point at it.
Cool. I
Because
think
I'm like,
this is a good context to cast Detect Magic on. So I look at the scrolls, quote unquote, the sticks, the wands, the weapons.
Yeah. I'm going to take it then that not all of these things are in the same area. Like that wall with the holes in it is over here. And the various bits of treasure are sort of scattered around. So
we gathered them all up here first before I cast them.
We do pick up the things that are potentially magical, move them over. Clearly the dagger, the quarterstaff, the wands. Anything else that I've described that you think might be magical? Any of these coins? This old book that's falling apart?
The book, a scepter, a wand, or is that separate?
There were 2
There
wands.
were 2 wands.
Yeah.
Okay, one of those is called a scepter. Cool.
Okay.
Or is there a scepter and
quarter
No,
staff.
I think there was the staff
And
and
2
2 wands. No, those
Excellent.
are
the
incredible
quarterstaff
for you.
is also magical?
It is. You cast Detect Magic. Both wands are magical. The quarterstaff is magical. The dagger is magical. The book is
so
not
good.
magical. And coming from the 5, 10, 15, 16, 18 slots hidden behind beeswaxed paper are 18 magical items. Please give me, before Theodore does it, give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me 6 D10s. You want low on all of these. 6s or belows.
Wait, I want to say that first one is the dagger.
1, 2,
Nice.
3, 4, 5.
Did I say I want low? That's really good.
You do.
You do want low.
Yeah.
You do want low. Yeah.
Okay. One of the wands has a moderate aura of evocation.
Oh
Ooh.
my gosh.
One of them has an aura of divination. You do not get the aura on the quarterstaff. Just checking up the spell. The dagger has an enchantment aura. And the things in the wall have a...
Then you can write down that you have a dagger of enchantment aura.
Sure. Is there a strength on that, by the way?
Strength? Oh, strength
yeah,
of
like
aura.
Yeah. Strength of aura.
Uh,
I just want to make sure I don't have the +5.
Moderate.
Okay.
Ooh.
Interesting.
From my studies, would I know that +1 is moderate, or is that weak or something?
+1 would probably be weak or light or something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
+1.
The things coming from the wall are all abjuration.
All abjuration. Interesting.
Unfortunately, the best way for me to use daggers is to throw them. But I'm not throwing this dagger, so don't worry about that.
Do I know that if I normally cast Detect Magic on a scroll with Abjuration magic on it, that it would be Abjuration?
No,
Like,
if a scroll has spells written on it, it won't radiate the aura of the spells.
Oh, it'll simply be Abjuration.
That makes sense.
Well, if it was a scroll, you wouldn't actually get a specific school coming off of it.
Oh, I see. Are scrolls not magical items?
The scrolls that have spells written on them are magic items, but like you'll get the multiple schools all mixed up, and the magic is sort of somewhat different on a scroll because like there's a spell contained within it, but also there's the magical process of storing it, and so you just kind of get like more. Generally, you would just get it's magic, and you wouldn't get a scroll unless it was just a scroll that only had one school all the way through it. If that makes sense.
Oh, interesting. So, in other words, I'm getting the feeling these are not scrolls.
They're either not scrolls or they're scrolls that they're all abjuration spells. Like 18 scrolls filled with abjuration, which would be crazy.
Okay.
I look at Vincent and I'm like, oh, I should read these scrolls, right?
Maybe. I am an abjure. Let me double check. No, this is not me. Sure. Why not take one as an example? And I'll arbitrarily point towards the one on the top left.
Yeah.
Ooh, if it matters, I'm so sorry to interrupt here. It's a 5x5 grid. The starting on the ones that are empty are the bottom 5, and the second row on the right side. The top 3 rows and the 4th row on the left side are all filled. I don't know if it makes a difference to you. It's probably
It does. Top left would probably be the most harmless one.
okay.
If I were to organize things, I'd organize things from top left being level 1 spells and bottom right being the highest level spells.
Totally sensible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
so you
actually,
pull from the top left.
Yeah. I just like unfurl the scroll.
Well, you got to get in past the beeswax covering first, right? You got to peel that off.
Oh. I don't want to do that. They protected it for a reason.
Right, so that it could stand the test of time, which is now.
I stand back.
You're my employer, but I'm just like, yeah, but Vincent, I don't know if that's like a, like they probably
We
put
have
it
to
there for a
get
reason.
these out of here somehow. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll brush you away and I'll tear the beeswax off.
You tear the beeswax off by yourself while everyone else backs out of the room.
I'm there. I'm there. I'm just like
Within the
I don't know if
channel
we should
is
do that.
not a scroll.
Oh.
It is a rod. It's hard to see down in through this thing because it's just like, a little pit and all you do have is a lantern, but it can't be more than 3 feet long, possibly quite a lot shorter. It's made out of some dark colored material, jet, jade, obsidian, bogwood, some sort of black lacquer maybe, some sort of very, very dark material.
Interesting. We have seen an actuator before, that being Flotsam Island, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or I kind of compare what I'm seeing here to what I saw at Flotsam. Can you describe anything that was remotely actuator
Flotsam, it was just like a big fucking rock. It didn't look like anything. It was the most disappointing magical invention you've ever seen in your entire life. It was just mountainside, and someone said it was a big magic object. And there were some writings, there were some carvings in it.
Okay, nothing that looked anything like this.
No, this is worked stone and collapsed cave-ins, and actually, as that you're looking around looking for something that's actuator-like, give me an int check, Vincent.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Yes.
This wall. I'm gonna just move our tokens over here because we're all in this room where we're looking at this stuff. Let's come on over here. This wall to the right is where the rods are. And it's this wall behind you that there were some weird stones. And now that you're thinking about actuators, you can come back over and take a look at these stones. And some of these stones are not actually stone. Some of these stones, now that you're looking more closely at them, are silver. They're like silver, either rectangular chunks or like cords, circles that extend into the wall. This worked wall over here has these various silver things that now you're starting to put it together look like some sort of internal weaving or winding or mechanical or magi-mechanical creation.
Like
Ooh, can I get one round of detect magic of looking at that?
Absolutely. You scan your detect magic over there. Roll me a D6. As you scan over to look at them, they don't shine any magic. But there is a ring sitting underneath the pile of bones over here that you hadn't originally scooped up to investigate that does resonate magic.
Ooh.
Yeah. It would have been unnoticeable unless you had dug through every single body or just happened to be scanning that area with a detect magic spell.
Very nice. Do I get the School of this thing?
The ring has... Could you put detect magic in chat, please?
Yeah, I'll post again.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. The magic types are dim, faint, moderate, strong, overwhelming. This magic ring has strong magic coming off of it.
Oh,
nice. Take it.
I put the ring on.
No. The wizard gets the rings.
Unfortunately,
No.
Vincent's the only one who sees the magic upon this ring.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you say that you see a ring? Vincent, do you mention the ring?
yeah.
I put
And
the ring on.
I'm scanning around like, ooh.
I thought
roll
everyone else.
sequentially on what type of magic is on this ring.
I thought everyone else inside of the room had left except for Lynn. I thought that could be
We got
wrong.
brought back in.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, because he opens the thing and everyone pokes around and no one's
Yeah, for
dead,
sure.
so we wander back in.
Okay.
It sounds like Vaya swoops down, brushes the bones aside, grabs the ring, and puts it on her finger. Vaya, roll me a 1d20.
Oh no.
I did this knowing this might happen.
It's fine.
Okay.
You
Do I feel anything at all?
I don't think so. I think you slide the ring on. It fits perfectly on your finger, like it was sized for it exactly. It is made out of bronze or brass, or I don't know how much Vaya knows about different types of metals, but it's a bronze or a brassy thing with a red stone in it.
It matches my blood.
Yes, it does.
Can I take it off?
Yeah, that comes right off.
And I put it back on.
It goes right back on.
Okay. Do you want it, Captain? Here you go.
That's what a coincidence that it's fitted perfectly for you. You can hold on to it for a bit.
Okay, I'll leave it on my finger.
Okay.
Did I notice like it changed shape to fit her finger, or
Not perceptibly. You saw a ring, she put it on, it fit her finger. Ring sizing is so minute, you'd really have to be paying close attention to notice if it changes.
That's such a coincidence. Could you put this on your pinky, Vi?
Put it on my pinky.
Fits perfectly.
Does that one noticeably shrink?
Yeah, you're paying close attention, and you don't actually see any sort of it's not like a boop, 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 boop. But as the finger goes on to the ring goes onto the finger, it just sort of snugly, it must be slow. Maybe she's growing, it's shrinking. It's actually a very interesting and bizarre effect. I think maybe if you had some calipers and you measured it before...
she's also enlarged right now, so that would mean that it would be a weirdly shaped ring.
That is true.
Growing.
Large lasted for 25 minutes. This is probably happening within 15
30,
minutes. 30, right? We spent 10 minutes in combat and chasing after things, and then you spent a little while exploring this area. Yeah, you could be enlarged. It's fitting on your very large fingers.
Okay, well, what a finding. Now just a matter of what these rods are in these squares.
What do you think, Vincent?
I will observe, since it seems like the bottom right ones are missing? Is that the right word?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything about that bottom middle one? Since that's the one that's right next to a missing one.
It still has a beeswax cap on it.
Okay. This one I'm not as certain on. You might want to give this a berth. I'm gonna remove the beeswax on the bottom middle one.
I think we're...
If you leave, you
Another-
see Lynn sorting through this pile of bones. What did the first rod that he took out? What did it look like?
Well,
I didn't take it out.
Oh, you didn't take it out. Okay.
No, he just observed them, and it looks just like the one in this slot. A very
What
dark
metal?
material. It could be metal, it could be gemstone,
Rock.
it could be wood. It's hard to see in this
Okay.
hand-sized slot. It's like a
Sure.
Pringle
Got it.
can. You'd have to stick your
Yeah.
whole hand in there to reach it, and it sits maybe 6 inches within the recessed angled stone.
Does it
All
even
right,
look possible to remove?
Could you help me out here? Well, if someone's brave enough, shine a lantern right into these bottom right slots so we can see better into them.
Lynn wanders back over.
Yeah, the bottom right slots, they're empty. There's nothing in them. Whatever was held has been removed or never added.
Okay. Then this bottom middle one with the light shining right into it, my hypothesis is it's some sort of fuel source. Is it exactly the same size as the top left one?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you added the missing ones.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to these missing bottom ones. The little 3 words on in old language were above this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was scepters,
rods, staff, something like that. Well, let's call them rods because that's what they look like now that you've got your eyes on them. Rods of cancellation, rods of annulment, rods of undoing, rods of something like that.
Oh, in present day world, am I familiar with any sort of magical item that's a rod of
Yes.
removal?
There is a very famous magic item called a Rod of Cancellation. You would have read about it. It would have been one of those early things that you were taught about because it has to do with dispelling magic. What you remember from your lessons, this dreaded rod is the bane to all classes, for its touch drains items of all magical properties unless a saving throw versus cancellation is made. Contact is made by making a normal attack in melee combat. And against a potion, potion would need to roll a 20 on a d20 to avoid being canceled. A scroll needs a 19 or less, more to be canceled, to not be canceled. A ring has a saving throw of 17. Rods have saving throws of 14. Staves of 13. Blah 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 blah. To find out if a draining can be prevented, you make the roll, blah, blah, blah. Upon draining an item, the rod itself becomes brittle and cannot be used again. Drained items are not restorable even by a wish spell. And several small things, like a whole bunch of magical arrows could all be drained at once. But otherwise, a potion or a scroll or a +3 dagger or, whatever would take 1 rod to cancel it out.
Wow, that's so nasty.
Yep.
In Wizarding School, did I learn what happens if you touch one of these?
You can just hold them fine, as long as you're not wearing any magic rings when you hold them.
Oh, I mean, if you hold it but it doesn't touch your ring, is that okay?
All it has to do is come in contact with the magic item for it to be problematic, is your understanding. So I wouldn't set one down on your magic boat. You're not sure how close contact needs to be. Like if you wrapped a rod in a piece of tissue paper and set that on the boat, would that be fine? Would a piece of leather prevent contact? These ones are stored in stone shafts and then covered with a cap. So I don't know how much risk you want to take with these.
I see. So about the beeswax covering, if you look around the bottom right ones, does it look like beeswax might have been pulled and then?
Yeah, they all have that little collet. It would have been easy to tie a little beeswax covering, and these have just been taken off, and who knows what happened to the coverings.
Vincent, if you cast a spell on somebody and then they touched the rod and it was a rod of cancellation, would it cancel out that spell?
I give the proper answer.
What you remember is that you were told it drains items of all magical properties.
Do you have any spell which can imbue an item with magical properties? Can you enlarge a piece of fabric?
I don't see why we can't just take these ancient wizards at their word that they're rods of cancellation.
Well, they could be, but it might be canceling out. It totally could be. But if we could test it, just make sure that we know what they are.
I don't want to test them. These are extremely valuable items.
If we know what they are, yeah, for sure, that's true.
We know what they are. Look at the sign you read.
Annulment, divorce. It's not exactly clear. And what do we even these things might be
rods of annulment. You tap your spouse with it, and your marriage was just never happened.
Yeah, exactly.
They're really valuable.
Thing's not exactly clear. It totally could be that. I don't know. I want to make sure that I don't know. Yeah, the stories that I've heard, I want to make sure we're not doing anything which is going to throw the Dardens into chaos by removing these,
No, these are probably just an ancient hoard of magic items. I feel very confident that they are what they are, so I'll pull the... First off, I make sure I'm not wearing anything magical. I'm pretty sure I'm not. And I pull the top
What about that amulet that you're wearing around your neck?
Yeah, I have one around my neck. I make sure not to touch it. That would be terrible.
Yeah. You pull out one of these rods. It's about 2 feet long. It's made out of some sort of dark wood, maybe a bogwood or something. It has a jet stone cap for one end of the rod, which is a little ball attached to the wood, and the other has an onyx stone cap. So a jet and an onyx connected by bogwood. Dark all the way through. It's kind of, it's made out of wood with a couple of stones, so it's not particularly heavy, maybe a pound and a half.
Okay. In textbooks, is this a classic rod of whatever you called it?
Rod of cancellation? Yeah.
Never mind.
It seems to be, it's the right size. It has abjuration magic coming off of it.
Do I think rods of cancellation can be stored next to each other, or would they cancel each other out?
Well, they're magic items, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes when you mix things like this, there's weird effects. If you mix 2 potions together, it could do nothing. It could do both effects. It could explode. When you mix interdimensional spaces, like a bag of holding inside of a bag of holding, it has catastrophic effects. 2 rods of cancellation, they might just nullify each other, or there might be some sort of weird feedback mechanism, or maybe the negative magics just cancel and they don't cancel each other out at all. You're not entirely certain.
Okay, well, I know that they're clearly stored in distinct spots, so I vow not to put them next to each other.
Vincent, we have bags on the ship. We could just put them in various bags, maybe empty some backpacks and just put them in different backpacks, different containers.
Oh, yeah, so we're going to want 17 bags for this.
Yeah. You're going to take all the rods?
Yes! Yes! We're going to take every rod. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I also miscalculated. 18.
Yeah.
18.
Yes, absolutely. Why would we not?
Why would you not?
Why would you not? Yes.
Sometimes...
Once I got confirmation that it's the textbook case, Mr. Wizardman is telling me, absolutely, we're taking everything.
Wiley, ever the pirate, puts a sword blade on your shoulder, Vincent, politely, because that's all he has for hands, is just little knives. It's not an offensive movement. And he looks at you as you're having this conversation. He says, lad, a good pirate buries his treasure, because you never know what the high seas bring. You may lose your ship. You may lose your loot. You may be captured and boarded and have everything taken. But if you bury your treasure, they can't take it from you. Perhaps you may only wish to take the things that you need, because we can always come back. If these are as ancient as you say they are, people haven't been here in forever, and they've managed to ward off, stay safe all this time.
Look at these scraps.
Fairly
recent Vosi
Yep.
clothing.
Yep.
Well, I suppose there were guards before, and the guards are dead.
See? Yep. We should take every single one. Literally every single one.
Yeah,
Why would we
not?
not?
Any scraps of clothing here that look like they were within the last few years?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I mean,
oh my god, we definitely need to take all of this.
Yeah,
Look,
you
Wiley,
guys. Yeah.
This isn't a buried hole at all. It's wide open to the world.
Well, I suppose maybe those ropers were the only things keeping them off, but if those there are scraps of the Rossi Empire, how the hells did they get in through that magic door that only you knew how to get through?
That's a good question. It might mean the Rossi Empire is aware that over on the other actuator, they might know how to open it.
Good point.
Or maybe they've seen one of these places where you insert the stick and opens the cave entrance.
Or it was an expedition party that went missing, and now they're going to send a lot more people because it went missing. And then we lose the rods that we left.
Well, I'll head back to the boat and see if I can't find some bags.
I think Lynn is going to empty all of his bags.
I do want to ask the very important question of how would you like to contain these things and separate them so they don't touch each other? Is a burlap sack good enough? Do they need to be in a wooden barrel or a wooden chest? What are your safety measures?
I'll observe this cabinet they have. Is this made of metal?
Where these rods are?
Yeah.
Stone. They're just holes bored directly into the stone wall.
I think we can use this. I look at this stone. Perhaps we should take some time to remove the stone cabinet and use the very storing mechanism that they currently have.
Isn't that
you
like
do not have the materials.
thousands of pounds?
Yeah, this is way too large. You'd have to cut it out of the very bedrock itself. That is an impractical solution. You'd need an excavation team of experts and engineers and the right tools, and it'd be like carving limestone out of a rock wall.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm suggesting, that we carve.
I mean,
all right,
Vincent,
we're gonna have to go get tools and supplies, and luckily Vincent's a smart man. Do you have an engineering proficiency? You might. You've got a lot of bureaucracy,
Vincent,
administration.
You held one, and like it didn't cancel out your items, so can't we just put them in sacks and then?
Are we sure? Is that amulet even useful? Did it already
Oh,
cancel
I mean,
it
yeah,
out?
we could check that if the amulet's like still working, but like, I'm assuming it didn't cancel it out.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
You think you might have had a memory hit, Vincent?
No.
Are you sure it's working?
I'll put the wand back in its hole there, and then I'll give my hands a good wash out of pure fear that there's a residual rods of nullification on me. And then what? I'll touch Theodore's arming sword.
Yep. Arming sword doesn't disintegrate or anything like that. All good.
Yeah, still magical, it looks like.
Yeah, I suppose.
Cool. Yeah. And then I think of a classic memory.
Yeah, your classic memory springs to mind. The man drowning in the sea. His
Oh,
feet
not
and
that
hands.
one, not that one.
Oh,
Not that one.
Yes, the first memory that you received through the stone of someone saying hello.
Very good. Yeah, seems safe.
Yeah, I mean, why don't we just put them in bags?
Yep, we'll put them in bag. We'll put the first one in the bag, and then we'll touch the bag up against the arming sword.
You
Yeah,
bring out a bag.
That's smart. Yeah,
You
that's
wrap
smart.
a rod of cancellation in the bag. Then you hold out the bag, and who's holding the sword and who's holding the rod in the bag? Who's doing the test?
Not me.
Lynn's willing to do it. He doesn't care.
Lynn, you'll hold the sword. Vincent, you hold the rod.
He's willing to do both at one time.
Theodore's got the
just, like,
sword.
we
Lynn's
can
got the rod.
minimize let's like minimize danger here if we think it's gonna blow
Yeah, make sure
up,
not to
then-
cut the bag, obviously. Like, use the palm.
Yeah, flat
Right,
of the blade
right,
or
right,
something.
right.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Of course. And then we touch the rod through the bag to the magic sword.
So this is gonna be my backpack. Lynn's gonna take everything out of his backpack, and it's just gonna be like a little pile. And he's gonna put the rod in his backpack, assuming it fits, and then he's gonna just kind of like.
You're going to use
Yeah.
your leather backpack, not one of the burlap sacks that you have in the boat.
Yeah, he's just gonna use a leather bag. Yeah.
You only have, a couple of leather bags. You're not going to be able to put all of these in leather bags.
We can. We can test leather first.
Sure.
And we can
And
test
before
burlap
this
after.
test happens, I'll. We've studied these things in magic
Hey.
school. Any use case scenarios such as like don't store them in bags or whatever that I might have picked up.
No, they're old objects. There's not a lot of them around anymore, and since they're single use, there's so few of these. They haven't been made in thousands of years. This collection that you have here probably represents the largest collection of rods of cancellation left in the world, to your knowledge. They're very old. There's very, very few of them around. So
Vincent,
Well,
I know that you're
I'm
paying
learning
us.
that. I think this is too important to mess around with.
Vincent, I know that you're paying us vast sums of money every month, but would you be able to afford 20 leather bags?
I think we need better storage containers.
Okay. Would you be able to afford that? I mean, could we just go to
sure.
a town and just get like 20
We
buckets?
must get 20 chests or something like that.
Sure. I mean, yeah, absolutely.
head back to town, get a bunch of chests, come
Yeah.
back, load it up.
Just get a bunch of chests, yeah.
Is there any concern that if you transform the boat while the rods are in them, that it will have an effect?
Oh, that's a good question.
I mean, it's not touching anything, but
Yeah, but it's in the extra dimensional space. That's smart.
Yeah, we probably can't carry them in the boat. You're right. Well, certainly we don't want to transform the boat while these are in there.
Yeah.
too high risk.
Concern.
Yeah.
There looks to
That
be a
sounds,
dirt.
that sounds too high risk.
There looks to be a dirt spot over here in the back corner. We could bury him over here.
Could
How far are we from Druckus?
Couple weeks journey, like a week and a week, 2 weeks, 1 week,
Vince,
This is.
depending on
I
weather.
actually think this is worth the trip.
Vincent, is it what's your goal here? I mean, is there somebody that we should give this to? Like, I think this is literally more than like one wizard would ever use.
Yeah, I have
mean,
a
you could
boss,
probably-
and my job is to return to this boss all sorts of magical items, and we've hit
Oh,
some
then
other
give him
roads.
these. You'll probably get an insane bonus.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's crazy. I mean, one magic item is insane.
Yeah,
So,
look at this. We
if
have
you give him,
magical items here.
yeah, if you give him 17 rods of cancellation, I think you'll become a high king or noble or something.
Well,
Like,
Maybe.
that's insane. 17 rods of cancellation is insane.
Lynn, were you the first one to find these? So if these are technically loot and we turn them in, does that give you experience as a thief?
I don't think we're doing thief experience. I'd love to
Okay.
get it, but I don't think we are.
Okay.
I definitely take it, but yeah.
We should bury one
I
just in
mean,
case we need to use it.
I mean, yeah, again, like Lynn just appeals to Vincent. Like, you know, if you want to keep one, you're a wizard, that makes sense. But like, even if you give your boss like 16 rods of cancellation, I mean, that seems like you could literally buy like, you could just become a noble and just retire. Like, that would easily pay for like a wizard tower.
Yeah, Lynn keeps saying
And
different
it's-
numbers, and I
Like,
half
it's-
jokingly say, yeah, look at all 15 of these rods of cancellation.
Yeah. Lynn doesn't have mathematics, but he's like, it's just so
Well,
many. Like, it's so many magic items.
I'm going to
Vincent.
interrupt us here because we are rapidly reaching the end of our session, and I'd like to just get a couple of things squared away so we can end gracefully. My understanding is that we might want to go build some custom rod holding furniture and return here to hold it in, and or store it in bags and then just head back to Drekis without transforming the ship.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay. I
We
think
did test it in the burlap sack, right? Not just the
we
leather one.
almost did, but we didn't quite get there.
We
We
almost did,
started
but then we
testing it
didn't.
with leather
We
and then we
decided it was
stopped.
too-
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
test
I
it.
when I realized how rare these things were, like, you see 18, 15, 14 of these,
I think there's 9.
you're like, oh, these must be plentiful, but these are
There's
super
3 of
rare.
them.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Okay.
take all of them. They're so valuable. It's like, well, there's 5 wands of fireball. I take all 5.
It'll take a couple of weeks. It'll take like, a few days to get back to Alba Island. The custom
Yeah.
furniture can be done in a day or two, especially if you give them extra money to prioritize the project. And if you don't need it to be like fancy furniture, if you just need like functional furniture, a couple of days to make this, no problem. A couple days to get back here, load everything up, and then a few weeks to get back to Drekis. And I think that is something we can accomplish. I just need to make a little check to see if there's any encounters.
Also, like, as a side note, is this another thing where I can, like, kind of thieves can't / background my way into, like, we pay somebody an extra few gold so that they don't say anything about the fact that we're buying this, like, weird furniture thing.
That's the
Like-
problem with that approach is that if you say, hey, I want a furniture that looks like this, but here's some money
Yep.
never to tell anyone about it, all of a sudden this person's like, oh my God, this is important. But if you're just asking for weird
Yeah,
furniture,
absolutely.
so
Yeah, absolutely.
and also
You
the
want
money
the-
doesn't
yeah.
necessarily buy the silence. It just so there you can offer to pay some money to keep it quiet.
Don't worry about it, Lynn. I'm a merchant, so this is all
Sure.
very standard stuff.
Sure. No, the thing I was going for here is, like, if I knew a guy that, like, has an established reputation, so he has an incentive to, like, he knows a bunch of secrets, and this is just now one of them, but, like, he doesn't tell anybody. That's what I was going for. But if that's
Yeah.
not the case, then that's fine.
In Alba, you've probably got a couple of friends, people you know who could be trusted to keep your secrets for the most part. I don't know if any of them are furniture makers. Give me like a D20.
And- sure. If they aren't, then that's completely fine.
Just
With your
roll
rolls, it could be. Okay, you've
11?
rolled exceedingly well this session, but with an
Yeah, for
11, none of
sure.
these people are furniture makers.
Okay,
But one of them will offer to have to place the order for themselves
tell-
and then give you the furniture, and that
You
way.
I
also-
asked Vincent. I asked
Now
Vincent.
that we're
I'm
talking
like,
about the
I
skill
could-
of like a week to do stuff,
I asked
but
Vincent.
I think
I'm like,
excavating the stone cabinet here could like be done in that time.
If you got,
I think
if you
there's the
brought like
weight.
10 stonemasons, you could probably do it in a week, and then you would need a bunch of people to help haul this down through this area and place it on the boat. I mean, it would
Okay, no, the
weigh-
furniture route still the way. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even think I asked that guy. I think of that, and I asked Vincent. I'm like, I know a guy who could place the order if we want to make this like untraceable, but you could
I
also
don't
just
know.
place
That's
the order.
not necessary. We're just
Okay.
building containers.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna long rest during this time because I'm super injured.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to just get my HP back.
Well, if we're waiting, then XP
Yes.
this week? We're just drinking, hanging out?
Yeah.
Yes, we're definitely doing XP. I'm just
Share
searching
some stories with Wiley.
through...
I'll go over to Lynn and say, hey, Lynn, if you need some cash, I can do it at like a times 300% loan.
Times 300% loan.
While
We don't have the
put in
mathematics
order-
proficiency, but that seems bad.
While we put
Well,
in
if
the
you're
How
order
about we
for
do it
stuff-
over? How about we do it over a game of cards?
No, what'd you say, Captain?
While we put in the order for this stuff, I think it's worth going back to the island. And since we found a ring just randomly lying on the floor, we scour every inch of this.
Yeah. Oh man, I wanted to pile all of the skeletons together and do some kind of like little
Leave a message
memorial
behind.
thing. Yeah, no, like do
Lynn
like something
was
nice
here.
for him. Like no, but like do something nice for him. Like light an incense or like pour out one for him. Just do something like that. Like just move all of the bodies to one place and like pour one out for him or something like that.
Yeah, a
Can you-
nice little functional... Yeah,
Yeah, like a nice little side thing.
Can you get the type of magic that is on the ring?
Ah, good call. Roll me a d10, Vincent. You would have
Cool.
checked that.
I rolled it earlier. It's 33, so yes.
Nice.
No,
Right
a
under the detect
d10.
magic.
A d10. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, you did it all together in one. Gotcha.
But this item wasn't a part of that, was it? Or no?
Yeah, we
He-
rolled the
he's saying
60-10,
the
and then I
D100.
just rolled one D100. It
Yeah, no,
was meant
perfect.
to be one D10. but whatever.
This D100, D10, same thing. This ring predominantly evokes abjuration magic, but it has some layering within it of enchantment as well.
Ooh.
It's
Who-
probably really good.
Who's wearing the ring? Is this a Via item?
I haven't been asked to take it off, so I still have it. Unless he didn't give it back to me after he tested
Yeah.
it, or didn't test it on my finger.
After testing it, I think, yeah, actually, I think Vi can hold on to this, yeah.
So as I understand it, Via's getting the copper ring, the bronze, brass, coppery ring. Lynn is getting the unknown dagger. There's
Yep.
2 wands and a quarterstaff remaining.
Yeah, I'll take the 2 unknown
Which
ones.
I think
Okay.
are just going to Vincent, right? And those are wizardy items.
Mm-hmm.
Does the staff look like a monk fighting type thing, or like a wizardy staff?
It looks more like a monk fighting type thing. I
Monk fighting.
think that was the one that
They're
you
monks?
failed the school on.
Okay.
You also said that you take some time to delicately search everything, so you will find a total of 104 gold. Someone, Vincent, please
Nice.
track this down.
I'll do that.
104 gold. Some of it was on that rope with a hole in it, but it's still functional gold. You will find 492 silver. And then there's like 200 copper. Plus that big chunk of like melted, rusted copper. There's
Okay,
also...
Could you give me that number again? Sorry, wasn't ready.
Which number? The copper?
Starting from the gold.
Right. 104 gold.
Okay.
492 silver. And 200
Okay.
copper.
Okay.
Additionally, there's this old book that's sort of rotted and is non-magical.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the book.
And as you're taking your time looking through all this stuff, the book is definitely falling
Can
apart.
I
The
read
book
it?
has been here forever. That's the question. Can you read it? Give me that same D100.
Okay. Any bonuses because I'm getting learned at this?
You did not get learned at this through 3 words. I am so sorry.
Sure, fair enough. I don't know if this is connected to the gravestones at all or anything.
Nah, just...
No, not anyone. No.
You know, it's not just a matter of the text being old and out of date. It's also like worn, and it's a mess. It's really hard to read.
I do want to keep it like safe and preserved, because I do know that I can like put points in this, and this is something like I can get better at over time. But instead of taking it with us, I want to leave it here because I'm scared that like movement is literally just going to cause it to crumble to dust. So I'm going to leave it here in a specific spot that I'm going to go to next time to try to read it.
Okay. Well, with that, let's dole out a little bit of experience for our party members. Those players who are new to the party today, you can have XP equal to halfway between your current level and the next level.
Okay.
And let's generate some experience.
Also, to my knowledge, there's an actuator here. Should we cover that next time?
I think so. We're definitely out of time.
Very good.
We're not doing any of the thief XP stuff, are we?
Hold on. Let me get this stuff first.
Sure.
If we were, you wouldn't get it until we actually sold it, though.
Yeah. Well, there's that, and then there's like the skill use and stuff. But
True.
I'm
Those,
fine either
yeah,
way.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait,
So we
what'd you
fought
do? Sneaking?
4
Sorry.
ropers. We uncovered this area and discovered a whole bunch of stuff in here. We did the exploration of those graves on Alba Island that got an old woman killed. Whoopsie doodles.
Yeah.
And some tattoos.
That is
You
life
get XP
experience.
for the whole town that the vampire will kill?
Yeah, that's the discover. Well, what do you mean for the town? I was gonna give XP for exploring those areas.
No, do we get credit for the town not heeding our warning and vampire killing all of those? That's basically our kills.
Well, I do want to give you.
The vampire has to share XP with us.
I do want to give you experience for morally.
Yes.
You know, we should protect the town, bring the body, tell them what's going on, whether or not they heed your warnings. I'll give you XP for that. So divided by 4 players, everyone can take home 680 experience. Vincent, you're gonna take home an additional 200 experience. 250 experience. Nope. No, wait. Hold on. 250. 350. 450, 550. Vincent, take another 550. Theodore, you're going to take your second level, so 369, 12. You're going to take another 120, Theodore. Via, you take another 120. Lynn, you're going to take...
If you want,
an
I
extra
can start
400.
keeping count, but okay.
Yeah.
Cool. There was the sneaking into the lady, then there was like the sneaking here.
400.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
What was the first number? Was that 660?
18.
18? Are we doing
Thank
the
you.
prime requisite giving you 10%?
Absolutely. If you have your prime
Okay.
requisites filled, you get an
Got
extra
it.
10%.
Got it.
And that will wrap us up today. When we come back, we'll talk about these actuator stuff, and then we will do some quick voyages to Drekis and back, delivering these things. And that is going to be it for Voyages of Dusk and Dawn today. Thank you all so much
I
for
level.
Awesome.
playing. Oh, again? Didn't you level last session?
Yeah. I got so much. I got 9,000 XP last session. So
My
I'm at
God.
16,224.
Nice. Nice.
Well, go
Listen,
ahead and roll your d10 for hit points right now.
You have to be the tank. You have to be.
Oh,
you
got
have
2
the
and
most
3.
HP.
yeah.
This puts you at level 5, does it?
Nice.
Yes, 16,000. Yeah.
Ooh, you get more
Alright.
attacks, right?
25 HP, plus 4 to hit. Your saving throws do increase a little bit. 11, 13, 12, 13, 14, 11, 12, 13, 11, 13, 12, 13, 14. 13, 12, 13, 14. Did you have a spare weapon proficiency saved for just this moment?
Yes, I haven't used any of my other ones. So I have.
Well, Glaive
yes.
Master, here we come. An additional 2 to hit from
Nice.
Mastery, an additional 1 to
Let's go.
damage.
Oh,
You now attack
go.
with your glaive at +7 and do 2d6 plus 3 damage. You have
If I ever hit anything,
oh my
Yes.
God.
it will go down.
Yes.
Wait, does that also include the fact that she gets a +1 THAC0?
Yes.
Okay, nice. Oh, that's so good.
And I
that's
see
so good.
on your character sheet, your languages are basic bitch.
Yeah, I am a basic bitch, so I only know common.
Well,
and
she
your-
can talk to anyone
Your
of any
handedness is
culture.
bidextrous. What is going on this character sheet? Your class is Mike Tyson? Okay, I'm done. I'm done looking at this. Okay. That was a good session, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks for some more Voyages of Dusk and Dawn. Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.